in her lips when she opens her mouth, lies are in it. She needs to quit. She said what she said about Sean Carter. She was speaking on them. Now she got herself caught in a twist. Ask yourself, Jack, how you let your mouth do this? You said something. Now you want to retract. Once you spit it out, ain't no taking it back. All you did, Jack, was stab yourself in the back. A lie, don't care who tell it. The liar is you. Because of your lies, you're looking like a fool. You once said you was a witch. Well, which witch are you? You got so much info on so many people, not one. You show documented proof, just keeping it real like I do from the floor to the roof. You sure had a lot of negative words in reference to me. In the mirrors where you'll find all the negativity. You get on the internet like you're bringing darkness to light. When in actuality, you're the one that's not bright.
And not too bright.
You want to be more than what you are. With your disrespectful, you won't get far. Now you're all on the streets defaming people names. You are delusional in what you claim. If you made a mistake, let it be known. But instead you chose the lie, and wow, how it has grown. Now you coming for thought because of the mess you made. Then you step to me like you want that tape. Stormy phones, you unconscious TV did too. Even AP2 spoke on you. You said baby violated you. Did you forget about the NDA, boo boo? You should have kept it real and approached it a different way. But because of your mouth, you're having a bad day. Stop with your lies. I stand for the truth. Say what you want about me. I give zero fucks. You're not trying to see me. You can play crazy all you want, but this over here is not what you want. I suggest you go somewhere and take a knee. Rethink. Let me serve you this tea. This what Jaguar right means to me. Backstabber, liar, con artist. Negative means satanic witch, absurd, angry, appalling witch, diabolical, arrogant, rude, bloodthirsty, backhanded, weak, malicious, disrespectful, broken, rude, creepy, dreadful, egotistic, empty, lame, eerie, fraudulent, gawky, dangerous, gutless, hateful, hostile, hot-tempered, jealous, horrible, ignorant, killjoy, crusty, kooky, knucklehead, limp, lethal, nasty.
Jaguar right means to me, because we all know that the Jaguar is not capable of truth. Hey, listen. A lot of y'all might be trying to figure things out. Y'all want to know, how did this all come about? Where did he come from? Where did he come from? How did this come about? Well, I talk about conspiracy theorists on YouTube. I talk about this stuff on TikTok. Conspiracy theorists, round earth, flat earth, stuff like that. It's the type of stuff that I talk about over there, right? It's the type of stuff that I talk about over there, right? And as you can see, I got one account, two accounts. My main account is the business account. Right here, 35K. You see it's 35K, right? So if you go back, like on my accounts, you see that I talked about Jaguar, a couple of years ago, trying, just out here seeking the truth, conspiracy theories, stuff like that. We talked about, uh, Cat Williams, the stuff that he was exposing, right? So this is the stuff that we spoke about. This is the stuff that we have right here, right? So we got this stuff that we speak about, and Jaguar Wright name is one of those that came up. So I started, looking into Jaguar Wright, trying to get an understanding of just who this person is. Come to find out, Jaguar Wright is the same person that stole my bike 31 years ago. Now I know y'all thinking, how can he remember who stole his bike 31 years ago? It's because the phrases that this person used, right? Person rode off with my bike and they was like Philly shit. And they rolled off with my bike as they said Philly shit. Now, to most people, this might not be a tell, but to me, this was a tell. All the signs was there that this was the person. You know, he was probably coming into Camden, New Jersey, you know, getting a couple of things here and there, you know, shoplifting and stealing shit. Like she stole my bike on that one night. No, Tomboy, don't laugh. Okay. It was 5 days after my birthday. I just got that bike. It was 5 days after my birthday. So y'all thinking like, where did this person come from? So, of course, when I seen Jaguar online, I'm like, man, this the same person that stole my bike. This person ain't no good. So I felt obligated. I felt obligated to point out that this person ain't no good. And this was roughly around like December time of last year. I was like, I'm going to point out the fact that this person ain't no good. I know a lot of y'all might be thinking like, man, he petty. He bringing up a bike that was stole 31 years. I think it's more so of the character of the person who stole the bike, right? After coming to find out that I am, looking for her because she stole my bike, Jaguar gets bold. She gets bold. She starts talking about my mama, starts saying F my kids, right? She could have just said, look, I ain't steal your bike. I don't know who this person is. No, she doubled down on it. She tripled down on it. She's like, I stopped stealing bikes when I was 17. Ironically, this was when you were 16, roughly a couple of days before your 17th birthday. This might have been the last bike you stole. I don't see how you don't remember the last bike you stole. If you stopped stealing bikes at 17 and you stole this bike April, your birthday's in May. So this could have been the last bike you stole, you know? So I was thinking, if she stole my bike 31 years ago and she's still the same evil person, right? If she stole my bike 31 years ago and she's still that same evil person, then she might be still stealing bikes right now. You know, nobody really, like Luna just said, nobody forgets getting their bike stole. That's not something that you forget. You stole my bike. You know, you stole my bike. Let's talk about it. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. So I came over here not only pointing out the fact, but I reached out to her. Like I tried to get in touch with her. She's like, she tried to do the old cocky stuff, like, oh, somebody's streaming my live on TikTok. Atlas, who's Atlas? Atlas is streaming my live on TikTok, right? Now, this was like way back in December. So I started streaming her live way back in December, started showing her, right? Way back in December, roughly around the time that I ran into Denat, right? Now we got to look at what took place over the course of me coming over here. There was a lot that took place from Ronnie Bow, you had Ronnie Bow, right? You had all of these different people that was playing a factor in their circle. Go back to the Christmas special. So you see all the people, Ronnie Bow, Mike. This was the group then. This was the group back then, right? Now, I know you probably just heard that statement by Maggie. Now, since then, we have pieced everything up. We now understand Maggie a little bit better. We understand that some of the jokes that she made, even though inappropriate. She was trying to get in with the crowd, fall in with them, align herself with them. The white colonizing jokes, of course, might have been too much, but that's this was the group then, right? We then pieced everything up with Maggie, so we're not going to dwell on that, right? This is the group: Mike, Ronnie, Bo. So when we came over here, it was a lot of stuff that we were pointing out. See, we were pointing out the facts. Luna, it's crazy looking back at that group, how they was just in December. This was like a family live that they did in December. This was like, they showing their kids to each other, saying, I can't wait to come hug up on Ziggy, so on and so forth. This is what Odell was telling Maggie back then. It's looking so different now, ain't it? This whole group is looking so different from the time we came over in December. We came over roughly around December time. So we were pointing out all the flaws. Let's find the first point of this. Okay. Probably around this time right here. When I seen that they were using like Big Homie CC to try to say like he was an ascendant master, they did off-world DNA on him, so on and so forth. I was like, heck no. Heck no, heck no. This group got to be exposed, right? So this is when roughly the time that I was like, nah, these people got to get exposed. Y'all don't hear the sound?
This is the big one.
Do y'all hear it
What
now?
is you doing, big homie? What is you doing? I'm gonna play something, and I want y'all to tell me what he doing. Now, this first part, he's blowing his nose. He's blowing his nose. He's cleaning his nose out right now. He's blowing his nose.
That's what you're
Boom.
talking about. And I imagine
He
they're
blew his
using
nose.
a
Nose clean.
psychic
It's good.
blockage,
Good to go.
for lack of a
Nose
better word,
clean.
I would imagine.
Okay.
But a lot of things are burnt.
This
A lot of
next
people
move.
see things being burned and assume
Tell
it's
me what he's
there's a
doing.
lot of things that can be burnt. If I'm being honest.
Did he just snort?
This is a lot, man. This is a lot. We're just gonna have a fun chit chat.
And then he wiped his nose again.
We're dead.
Now, this is the stuff that I came over here pointing out, right? I wanted to point this stuff out. There was no possible way people wasn't seeing this stuff, right? There was no possible way. So I wanted to point this stuff out, the evil, the wickedness, right? The lies, double talking.
Gain awareness.
Right?
See, look, she been online trying to gain
Double
awareness.
talking.
No, I said just trying to gain, give the public some awareness.
Now she's switching it up. This is someone. Y'all got to see the manipulation. Y'all got to see through this.
Why am I so tired today?
Absolutely. We can talk on Monday.
Look.
We can talk on Monday, and you
Yeah,
can just
I'm
yeah.
gonna point it, yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
point
it was lovely speaking with you.
Look, what type of shit is that?
Okay.
Look at that face that she made when she was.
See what I'm saying? So a lot of people keep on saying, like, who is this person coming to the Jaguar Wright sector? Because they giving this a sector now on YouTube. They giving her a sector on YouTube. I mean, did not think that he stuck me in this sector, whatever the case may be, right? I ventured over here from TikTok. This is why he makes the TikTok statements, because he went and checked my accounts out on TikTok. He went and looked into the stuff that I was doing, right? Right. I made her retire that bonnet. I started pointing out the empty bonnet, the fact that she was lying to her own hair by putting on an empty bonnet with no hair in it, right? I was pointing out a lot of different things. The lies that she told on Popcorn Planet. We caught
This story because if you're at
Right. So that's because the information's hidden. So if they drop the card or anything like that, and you pick it up, you're not going to instantly know what's happening.
now, he just said that he's seen that on cards already, right? He said he's seen that on cards already. Ron said that when you drop the card, you can't see it on the card because it's invisible ink, right? But now this is how you know.
This is Lil Yum Yum and them. This is how, like, I was pointing this stuff out.
Even if it's a crime, no NDA can actually hold up a crime from everything I've learned from my lawyers.
What I'll say is this.
Yeah, you can make
What I've signed NDA for wasn't a crime, but it will lead to the discovery of things that are crimes.
Right, and then you'd have to prove it. They'd say, "Oh, you don't
So
know."
she
And you have
signed
to
the
have that
NDA?
evidence. There could be reasons why Jag doesn't want to go.
Part of the
She
reason
said,
why
"When
I
I
didn't start
signed the
speaking
NDA
out until
for
I did was because of the crimes that I committed, and I waited for the statute of limitation to run out before I did. I never said I was innocent. Matter of fact, I said the exact opposite. No one in this game is innocent.
You see that? That's what she said on Popcorn Planet, right? So we been here pointing this stuff out. What date was this? This was December 17th. This was on December 17th. We've been over here pointing this out, right? Now, it's crazy that we're now in April and she's being implemented in the Diddy lawsuits, right? She's being implemented as a person of interest in these said crimes, right? And back then, she was bold talking. The stuff I signed the NDA for leads to crimes, so on and so forth, right? But we was reaching out. We was emailing the Sean Davy Ways, the Storm Monroes, the Essie Berries. We was calling these people coming over from TikTok. We came over from TikTok. We calling these people. We trying to figure out what's going on, right? Trying to seek the truth, right? We find out more darker stuff as we proceed.
I believe you. And I'm going to
Sean
show
Davy
you
Way calling the
how
police on her.
much I believe you. See how going around jumping in other people's stories, pretending to be a victim yourself, or blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. I'm just going to believe you. Because enough is enough with all of the victims that are supposed to be real and the victims that are supposed to be fake. Let's make it real. See, Hag, you don't justice for the Hag. I don't plan on standing here long. I came to.
So yeah, we've been covering this, right? Then roughly around the time, you know, the knot comes in the picture, it's around the big homie CC thing. Now we start posting the knot on our YouTube, on our TikTok, telling everybody to go follow the knot show, so on and so forth.
But I'm talking Wiley. Okay, once again, how do you know that man has a cat?
So I finally ran into Jaguar Wright. So this is me right here. This is Donut. Make sure y'all go follow Donut on YouTube. This is Wally. Make sure y'all go follow the Wally Show on YouTube.
See, we've been
And
showing
this
love.
is Set in the West. So
This
Set in
is
the West,
the 26th of
is,
December.
Jaguar Wright and her boyfriend's wolf pussies. This is where they're speaking from. So we finally ran into her.
Catheter. Did you body cavity search him? See, that's the problem. That's the problem. That's funny because you stood as close to him as I did, and I didn't. But anyway, Wiley, all I'm going to say is
December 26th.
Long story short, I'll put the link in there.
This is when Wiley just came
y'all gotta
out.
Go watch it over on YouTube because the
Wiley
language
just got out.
is
the knot was trying to bring him back
so
into
you gotta
YouTube.
go watch it.
Jaguar came over there and was trying to say, you know, Wiley, I've been meaning to look for you, so on and so forth.
It's probably about at the 40.
We looking out.
It's how you know they working together. Cause big homie CC pops up.
We pointing it all out. We've been pointing it out. This wasn't new to us. This is when big homie CC pops on the scene.
Look.
Same day.
Big homie CC called himself pulling up on me. Big homie CC called himself pulling up on me. Look, so it's this donut 2 years on here doing it. But
you ain't got a fucking yellow shirt. You ain't got a different hat, different glasses. What the fuck is going on? How do you keep the same? I know you ain't got 72 closets with that same fucking outfit. Do you think that's a fucking hood startup kit, right? See, you're not smart at all, bro. You was not smart at all.
So this is when I go off on Big Hungry, right? We've been covering this. I was over there
what
for.
I'm asking you is like, do you see her realistically being able to address his health going? Yes, I do, and that's a part of the problem, and that's what I'm trying to get you.
Trying to get the baby away from that nomadic lifestyle.
December 29th.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to make
this
sure
is the time that the not saying I was helping him out.
That's it.
All the times that I was coming up over there.
Speak for myself.
And he said he didn't pull me in on the Christian Rock thing.
The world was bashing him, and I wanted to be there for him.
And now you bashing me.
No, sir. No, better.
Now
you see what I'm saying?
I can't. So it's like, don't act like that you ain't been sitting here knowing that my mouth was reckless when we first start talking. Let's start there.
You need to wash
the 29th of December right here, right? We go into January. If you start going into January, you start going into these later months.
I know she diddies support the channel. That's why I'm like, oh, now you got this many thousands. If my bank account don't say I got
another car rushing back to Baltimore for, because according to the text messages, you were telling her you didn't care how she got there. You didn't need him to pull me in on the Krishan thing. We had already covered it.
I don't really want to speak on that because it's, you know what I'm saying. But you know what's up.
Right. See,
she already
me and Ronnie already. You hear the conversation.
You know what's up.
All right.
Speak on that because it's, you know what I'm saying.
This is what I was asking him.
But
they sitting there arguing. They sitting there arguing. I'm asking the real question. In Oklahoma.
Yes, sir.
Okay. He did all of that, stealing of the car, rushing back to
you know, Baltimore for, so on and so forth, when she caught the charge in Oklahoma. You can hear it.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Okay.
So he did pull me up on that stuff. He didn't like my response. He didn't like that people was taking a liking to me, so on and so forth. But I was there.
Always the best time.
What's up, bro?
When you were telling the whole stories about how, you know, Krishan was saving people on the streets and everything like that, was that
got into your life? So when she did it with that dude, I don't know. He had.
I was there. I was asking the questions.
But that wasn't.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
so he can't say that's why I never pulled him up on none of that Krishan Rock stuff. That's why I didn't pull him up on this. I left him where he was at. Blah 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 blah. Hibbity hoo ha, hibbity hoo ha. Right? It got to the point where literally, you know, Whack 100 himself was mentioning stuff about Huffy bikes. That's how I know people were watching us.
Whack 100
right?
goes off on
Whack
Adam
100
22,
start mentioning Huffy bikes.
Listen to what he brings up. And this is how you know back in the day, if you took somebody's bike, it was that serious. Listen to what he brings up.
Come on, bro. What kind of white man are you? Huh? You make me feel like you a Huffy guy. No guy came up riding a BMX. I mean, me personally, I was a mongoose type of guy. But nothing against BMX. Right? But for you to send me a text saying what you said.
What? See? He said, what type of guy ride a Huffy bike, right? That's because I was the one complaining at that time about somebody stealing my Huffy bike.
Adam, how dare you send me that text, Adam? Yeah, I got your little text, Adam. You know, you and your little scheduler, Laura. You know, why you couldn't call me on the phone and tell me that, Adam? Like, why you couldn't be a man? You know what I'm saying? The man you say you are. The 22ster. Why you couldn't call me on the phone, Adam, and have that conversation with me? Why then you gonna go on the Adam and Laura Whack text blast, and then you gonna say what you said? I got you. Check it out, Adam. It don't work that way. I don't go away that easy, homie. Yeah, I'm an exposer. I got your message. I got your little instructions. But that don't mean I gotta agree to it or hear it. See,
that's when he told Adam, he said, you coming like a you know, Huffy bike. So we've been covering this. Like when Amber and them was going off, when Selma and them was going off, we've been covering all of this. People are trying to steal what we've been covering. She thought she was going to do a 3 o'clock in the morning obsessing about you really trying to make plans. Hope everybody hitting the like button.
YouTube up the ante by bringing in psychotic gamers. People who are just sitting in front of screens for long periods of time without people who are used to getting obsessed with imaginary things like they're real. People who are willing to take it offline and take it into real life just so they can win. They've made me fucking Moby Dick, G.
This is one of the lives that she deleted. She got this live back. Do you know what type of party it is? It ain't.
And asked me to get involved in the Nature Boy situation. That's not something that I knew anything about. I don't know weirdos because I don't follow weird shit. If it looks weird to me, I scroll back.
Damn, you hear that briefcase? Hold on, it gets better. Hold on, we got to listen to the background. I need y'all to hear the. Now this is the live. We still got this. It was a long live, but we still got it. Her, you know, saying her involvements with Nature Boy, so on and so forth. Jaguar don't come over here because we don't let that type of energy over here. This is what happened. This is what happened when Jaguar came over here.
This dummy.
You think I care if you filming this? You think you got to? Yo, stop insulting me.
Stop acting like to not.
All right, well, stop insulting me.
I just want to ask Kai one question.
Okay, you can ask your question, but you're gonna have to
sat with me for nearly 2 years. How is this bum getting more views than you?
You know I'm
How does he get more views than you?
They'll go to insult again. Why you
See? So we've been covering this. We've been covering this, right? When they did what they did to Amber, we gave Amber the space to talk.
To get a hold of Ayasha on IG, and because it had to go through Ayasha because she was the head mod. So that's how me and Ayasha started a friendship. Well, I thought it was a friendship, and me and Ayasha talked consistently. And
we were doing this. We
talked a lot. I mean, like
we was giving these people the spaces to speak up when nobody else was, when they was getting, tore down. We was giving them these spaces. At what point did she get introduced to you? Because Jaguar said that you and Legina seemed to know each other before she introduced y'all, or did you get introduced through Jaguar, or did you already know her on your own?
It was through Jaguar. Jaguar asked
making it seem like we knew to this. We was doing these interviews when nobody else was, when everybody else was talking about, this, that, and the third, right? We put Selma and Amber on the same panel so people can see that Selma wasn't Amber and Amber wasn't Selma. We put them on the same panel so people could see that, right? When people were sitting on Maggie's panel saying that all these people was the same, so on and so forth, it was us that was giving these people their voice back.
I asked you, it's a fair playing ground. Yeah, and it could very well be true because she did make an admission on Sean Atwood's channel saying that she has done things and she had to wait for the statutory time to pass.
We put them and gave them the voices that was being stripped away from them. We did that. We put Selma and Amber on the same panel. We exposed the fact that Maggie had another account that was 86K.
What do you mean download the video?
Somebody want to say like all of a sudden like you started going over the Maggies and now Ralph DaWise is going over. No, we the ones that exposed Murph not having a PhD. First group to expose it. Look, this is about the truth. The dates on this go back to February the 4th. So before the Ada situation even came up, we was already exposing the Ada situation right here, February 4th. This is way before people started speaking about Ada. This is on February 4th that we recorded a live with Ada, Murph up there giving out false credentials, right? This is the one that I think Stephanie might have deleted. We've been
people do Jaguar and Wright got to fall out with before y'all realize she's not good for the collective. Huh? On YouTube, and we're live on TikTok right now. 33 people in here. What's in place? Jaguar is destroying whole areas of YouTube, tearing people.
We've been on this. We watched this live on February the 2nd, pointing it out. We was there. We was there pointing this out way back when people didn't want to look at it, when people didn't want to see it. We was pointing it out way back then. We was pointing it out, right? When Bonnie came out.
Group, are you referring to Jaguar Wright?
That came out. And then I went on AT2's live to tell my side of the story that the other night.
Right, on AT2's.
Yeah, because I don't have it. Yeah, I don't have a YouTube channel and I'm not on social media because of this very reason back in 2017.
Okay, for audio purposes, can you state your name or your?
We was covering this stuff when people was throwing.
Talked to was actually Odell because he put his email in a chat one time whenever I had put whenever I put my uncle's website, and he said, okay, yeah, he gave me his email in the chat and told me to email it to him. So I did.
Yeah, we need to
And
definitely.
he replied back. This was right. This was like Christmas Eve, I think. It was right before, I have the exact date, but it was like right before. It may have been Christmas Day.
So you spoke to Odell first?
Well, it was just via the chat message.
Oh, we was getting called all types of stuff at that time, wasn't we? We was getting called all types of stuff at that time. I mean, and Magic came over here. Yeah, we don't care about that. Can you explain
I
why
care
you're
about that.
I don't care what you care
Stop.
about. If you're not trying to answer my questions, I damn sure ain't about to answer your questions. Why are you attacking so many Black American women? I don't care if you roll your eyes in your head. By the end of the night, I'll have you taking 50 damn shots of that Jack Daniels. So get it ready. Get the
I
Jack
don't have
Daniels.
any anymore.
You don't have any? What's your Cash App? So I can send you some money because you're going to need some Jack Daniels after I get done with you tonight. What's your
I have
PayPal?
a PayPal.
Yeah. Put your PayPal up because by the time I get done with your ass, you're gonna need about 50 shots. How much Let's is go. that Jack Why Daniels?
Oh.
are you attacking Black American women? I need to send her a big bottle. We've been pointing this stuff out, and I was still getting the learning stuff in, and we were still pointing this stuff out. You thought you got away with that shit you said on Popcorn Planet? Nope, I clipped it all, Jaguar. All the.
He's an idiot.
He is serious. Look at it.
I'm not as averse.
Yeah,
to
all you have to do
What?
is
I
go
thought
into the
Absolutely.
Dallas
I ain't
County-
gonna stop.
You go into the Dallas County portal and you put it.
I ain't gonna stop. I'm gonna keep my foot on their neck. See, we was over here catching all of this, putting all of this out there. Let's not to mention.
Okay, her and Odessa are not even in the same place. He's laying down in bed and she's off somewhere, gone something else right now, but it's already a wrap.
So might be a part of some deep really makes sense, does it? This is the stuff that I've been posting, right? I still been looking out, posting and you already know you can't have one without the other. So,
She would have did that in order to defend herself.
Right? I've been keeping it real. These people are fraudulent. Let's go to another account. Let's switch over to another account. This is my 10K account. More exposing stuff on my other account, right? On this account.
Process and be
She's a demon.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Can y'all hear it?
I said that. Hey, hold you were saying that was
This is the false spiritual stuff.
Oh, that is too funny. Oh my goodness. I'm laughing too much. My ribs are hurting now, guys.
Y'all can hear the volume?
Yeah. Well, listen.
That's
Make sure you guys, I just want to say as well, Beverly, we have accumulated for you. You are now 127 subscribers on your little YouTube channel.
See, Beverly only had 127 subscribers on her channel. This is what I was pointing out back then. We covered all of this. You go back.
So did you give Star the video?
No, he got it from my page. But he did ask permission. I gave him permission, absolutely.
We covered
And
this
why did
already.
she get so upset at Star? And what was she so upset about?
She don't like Star because
This
one day
goes
she
back
called
to
into his show.
December 17th.
Oh no.
And she thought she was controlling.
Do you hear me? This goes back to December 17th. We was covering this.
Nobody. I don't have to have anybody on my platform. And if you go back and look, I ain't had no celebrities. I had Storm. That's my celebrity. And I got regular, everyday people going through the same shit.
Yeah.
See, we've been over here covering this. They want to try to make it seem like they don't see us. We remember
he made a
this.
video mocking.
You see this?
He was mocking this for a reason.
Carmelo Anthony,
right?
P. Diddy.
Aaliyah looked way fucking uncomfortable. This person don't even look like she's maybe, you know what I mean? She don't look like she even coherent. The only person look wide awake. Look at all of this. The only person look wide awake. Look.
Jennifer Lopez. We've been pointing this stuff out. We were over there. We've been over on my TikTok page looking into all of this. Look at the
I can articulate it.
December the 11th. December the 11th. Going back further than that.
The first person he told on.
November. This is the 10th. This is October. This is October. Going back.
Has kind of
10/31, October. Right?
But we've been dancing.
October.
We gonna stay dancing. I ain't puff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the.
They want to sit there and make it seem like
the fellas like dummies.
Look,
I love it when you call me Big
we
Papa.
been on top of all of this stuff.
Y'all remember?
This was the video I was talking
Now
about.
y'all don't remember?
This was
Come
on the 4th of October.
Come on, y'all remember? This person's name is Shamika. Shamika was unalived in the Bronx for dating someone she did not tell she was a man. And they found out and unalived her. You know?
I've been talking about this stuff. It wasn't no dang on deny. It wasn't no dang on, you know, oh, Jaguar, right? Da 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 da. That ain't had nothing to do. I've been on my peaceful shit and still covering shit. Look at my squirrel. This my chipmunk. This chip right here. This when I had the blue jays and the birds and the chipmunks and eating out the palm of my hand and shit. I was Cinderella.
Dang, they getting big.
Where's Chip at? That one was feisty. He kept fighting everybody.
You ain't gonna scare everybody. 2-1.
Now I've been doing this. Peaceful, you know, peaceful type of person pointing out all the bullshit. This is my black squirrel. This is the black one. That's the black squirrel. I'm looking for an Alvin, a Simon, and a Theodore. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for an Alvin, Simon, and Theodore. There go my chipmunk right there. There you go. And he'll eat out my hand too. Oh no, that's Drax. I've been covering this stuff. See, they don't want you to think that somebody else was covering it. They want you to think they the end all be all. It's all them. There go the mama right there. That's the big one right there. That's the big squirrel with Chip out there messing with him. Look at him trying to be greedy. The peaceful time. Very peaceful time. The reason why I'm saying that is because these people be trying to make it seem like you know, other people are on here doing something when they're the ones on here doing the messed up stuff. They're the ones on here doing the fuckery. Right? I've been pointing out these, you know, criminals. I've been pointing them out. I've been talking about them. I've been standing. Listen, I covered the Krishan thing before. Listen, let's go back to the first video. Not even the first video. Let's go back to one of the videos I did.
My baby dad, like, come on. You trying to tarnish his name in the streets as far as his, credentials with his homies or however you want to look at it. You out here trying to prove that you the number one B instead of actually being the number one mom. Whatever you.
June the 2nd, we was talking
about.
If
a pregnant person was in the house, was you by the environment that it was being.
June the 2nd.
A lot of people immediately started blasting Rashawn and accused her of causing this. They said her irresponsible behavior is exactly what caused the condition.
Yo, tap the screen and share the live. Oh, y'all don't want to tap the screen. I ain't answering no questions. Y'all don't want that I'm doing. In fact, let's act.
We've been covered that Krishan story, right? We've been covering so many different stories. And the fact that, these people want to try to make it seem like they made somebody. I've been exposing scammers. That's what they're not understanding. I've been exposing scammers, right? I've been exposing scammers. So this is not the first person group that I expose. If you go back, if you look, right here, it tells you. I've been exposing scammers. I've been pointing these people out.
They're not
right. I've been pointing these people out.
supposed to respect that dad.
How they're using their numbers on these apps to threaten their families, say that they're going to, put this out. These people been saying I'm gonna put this out. I'm gonna put that out. I'm gonna make a video with you in it. He talking to his mom like this. Right? This is a person that was talking to his mom like that, pretending to be a homeless person in a vehicle.
Look, y'all, as I'm getting ready
to try to cancel him.
I guess something in some way or something come
up. The mom, like literally, his mom reached out to us and asked if we could do something. His mom reached out to us and asked if we can help with this situation.
To get a lot of money. I have to
we
get
was helping him out online.
Again.
We was making an account for him on YouTube. On TikTok. We was helping him out on TikTok, looking out for him on TikTok, helping him build the account on TikTok. He started scamming people over there. TikTok. This is one of the people that he started scamming
in a different way.
Reached out to us.
Quiet about it, like keep to myself. I'm not crazy. It's a whole thing. It's just mine.
We started exposing these people. We've been exposing these people. The different groups. We've been exposing these cameras.
Really, y'all know what? Y'all watch me. Listen how delusional she is. I'm gonna tell you right now what she's doing to y'all is making my case. And I'm not gonna stop her. And I want you to know that she's willingly getting into my video, so it's gonna stay up on YouTube. But now what I want to tell y'all is this.
Mama.
Y'all saw me in the shelter every day. Every day. Y'all saw me up there every day. I got 70,000 my heart. I will sue. I'm telling you now.
He's telling his mama, I got 70,000 followers on YouTube. He tell his own mama, he say, go out there and find some narcissistic people like you and make a page. The same thing that he did. He went and found some fucked up minded people and made a page. And then he was harassing his own mama in her house. And he's 40 plus. These scammers are out of control. He's still pretending to be a homeless person in a vehicle right now, asking for help. After I reached out to him, was willing to help him, I made a GoFundMe for him. I made a link tree for him. I made backdrops for him to use. I was posting like the stuff on his page because he said he didn't have a phone. He was like, man, you got an iPhone. The quality is much better, so on and so forth. Can you post it from your phone for me?
It's up. It's up. Now listen to what I'm saying. Y'all watch me every day in the shelter. I didn't get kicked out of no shelter. She telling a lie. I left the shelter to go to Mr. Ron Hall and live in Texas.
Who put you out?
That's where I left to go to. So
That's why
I'm not
I got
about
in
to.
trouble. That's how I got in
She's
trouble.
trying to.
You begged me to come back to my house because I wasn't gonna let you come back to my house.
But then
because
she
I don't want you
back
here.
to her house,
I didn't let
didn't
you
want to come back to her house because she is delusional.
You lying. You
And 'cause
lying.
she mistreats
Why
her
you don't want to
daughters.
leave? Why
She
you don't want to
mistreats-
leave?
Dipping.
Why you don't want to leave? Because you ain't got no place to go.
I'm leaving. But I'm leaving when the law says so because my mama didn't feel the decency enough to talk to me like a man and like her child before she went to the law to try to mistreat me and forcefully move me 5 days to get me out instead of coming to me with respect and say, son, I want you gone after this month. Guess what, y'all? I'm going to stay with the law now. I'm dealing with the law now, and she can't talk to me.
I told him I wanted him out 50 times. Get out, get out, get out. He never would go. He never would go. It's
You
been
can't keep taking my money.
630
You
days.
can't keep taking my
And
money.
he ain't
either.
gave me no money.
She's lying, y'all. And listen, my sister gave her money, and guess what my sister was giving her? About $200 or $250 a day. And she
Lying.
lied and said my sister wasn't giving her no money. And I,
Lying. You trying to tell us that your sister was giving your mama $250 a day? Your mama would have moved into a bigger house if she was getting $250 a day. This dude, 40, he's about Jaguar's age. He's about Jaguar's age. Done hung out with Busta Rhymes, been in the club with Ray J, all types of stuff. Right? This is why I say they everywhere. These manipulative dippers are everywhere. Right? They're everywhere. Jaguar Wright's not going to be the only manipulative dipper. Like they're everywhere. You know, some of us have dignity and respect. We wouldn't even argue with our mama like that on camera. There's no possible way I would have argued like that with my mama. She would have put something on me. She would have called somebody. You know, there's no way you make it to that age and have that level of disrespect for your own mama where you talking to her like that. You know? My mama would have been hands on, all upside my head.
I watched my sister give her the money. I watched listen, y'all. My sister don't have to tell nobody this.
Criminal
Listen
right
to my
here.
word. My sister gave my mama damn near $250 a day. And my mama told my aunties on the phone, my sister didn't give her nothing.
You're lying.
And watch this, y'all. My sister's still going through the same
And
thing.
any YouTubers he got that put up with some mess like this and think you should do your mama like this nigga doing his mama at 42, guess what?
You need to get your
42. His mama said he 42. And this was about 5 years ago, people. This was about 5 or 6 years ago. His mom said he's 42. So he's about Jaguar's age right now.
If you take some narcissistic people that think like you will follow you, you need to get your own channel.
You see, he just told on himself. He said, if you think some narcissistic people that think like you, right? He's telling on himself. He said, if you think some narcissistic people that think like you will follow you, then you need to get your own channel. He's telling on himself. The same thing Jaguar is doing. You think Jaguar is the first group that I'm pointing out that's crowdfunding fraudulently, that's scamming? No. He won't get out. She had to literally call the police on him. She had to go back to the courthouse. She couldn't wait the 30 days because he was walking around the house. She wouldn't put the 30 days in, but he was still walking around the house trying to like install fear and stuff into her. He was still walking around trying to place that fear, telling her like he's going to post this online and use his followers to do this and that. So it was that fear that was there. You know? So that's why I'm saying, like, this ain't the first, Jaguar is not the first group that I done ran across that's scamming, crowdfunding. These people get good at it. They start doing false scavenger hunts where they pick the winner. They start doing false, little, what is it called? Shopping things where they telling you that they going, send you shopping and stuff like that. There was so many different levels of this going on, right? It's easy to point them out. It's easy to figure them out, but you got to have that discernment. Some people out here online, they really need help. And then some people just out here playing. They playing in your face. They playing in your face. You know, you got people over on TikTok that was swatting themselves just for numbers. You got people on TikTok that was doing all types of stuff just for numbers. You know? We've been paying attention to everything. We ain't been saying nothing. It ain't much to be said about it. You know? If you go back and you look at some of the emails that if you look at some of the stuff that Nicki Minaj was saying, Nicki Minaj been saying something was going on. The interview with her and Ray J. Go back and watch the interview with her and Ray J. Go back and watch, you know, Diddy's son is you know, messing with transgenders, and Ray J got the proof that Diddy's son is messing with transgenders, right? Then you have remember they were saying like at one point that Trump was on these tapes, all of this stuff. This is what made me say like Courtney Burgess and them are all working together, because there was just so much that was pointing to the fact that they're working together. They're probably going to be laughing. Love, namaste, to highly and so forth. But this and he speaks very. That's not the what you call. That's not the interview. But on one of the interviews, she said she had 700 victims that she was working with from Diddy. 700. We didn't see none of them. We didn't see none of them. Her lying, talking about Ken Porter was her best friend. That's a lie. Her lying, talking about these are all lies. And that's why I say, like, somebody might have been blackmailing Courtney Burgess. A lot of stuff might have been happening that people are not speaking on. A lot of stuff has been happening that people are not speaking on. And that's the crazy thing to me. It's like all of these people that are like overlooking the conversation for the sake of whatever. Y'all know this woman is evil. Now I got to start thinking, how evil are y'all? And look, this is her antagonizing Goomba after the relationship.
She talking about her baby dad? Oh, she's talking about Gerald.
Regina Gold.
That's Legina.
Telling on herself.
Oh,
telling on herself.
She telling on herself. She was just
telling on herself. That's why I say I don't know what y'all was paying attention to, but I was paying attention to the tails. That's what I was paying attention to. The tails. The tails. This is what I was paying attention to. She's using his sake. I'm a fast forward it. Basically, what she's doing is she's recording, right? Something was strange. She recording Goomba to get into fights, arguments in the morning after she done stayed out all night. Right?
Let me do anything. You have nothing. You are nothing. Do you realize that? You are nothing. And if I find out that girl Quay was related to your former husband, your dead husband, and you had something to do you know that girl had been up for 72 hours trolling? You must have seen my video. I was the only one.
See? She was doing so much. Y'all keep making it seem like Jaguar wasn't doing so much. Jaguar was doing so much. And people can't say that I ain't keep it 100. Look, I posted on my page for people to go follow Trees, right? Trees ain't never reached back out to me. Trees talking about something. Oh, you know, I could grow pages pretty fast. You help me out with the TikTok thing. And you know, so on and so. None of these people reached back out to me about none of the stuff that they was talking. It was like they were saying stuff for the sake of saying it. This goes back to December 21st. Look at the dates. December 21st. I went ahead and posted her on my page on TikTok. December 21st. So this ain't the first time. These people been seeing that I was speaking on this. They've been seeing that I was covering this. They keep on trying to overlook me because of the truth that I'm speaking, right? They know that they are grifters. They know that they are scammers. They know that all of them is using the internet or using these argumentative things to get money in some way, shape, or form. So they don't like a person like me. They feel like eventually it's going to cut into their money, their funds. That's why they like, oh, we gonna play him from a distance.
There's two questions that I got that are very, very, very important to me. The first question is, Courtney Burgess has recently stated that on the Diddy tapes that he possessed for God knows how long, and for God knows who knows where it came from and how and so on and forth. He said that on those tapes, he witnessed me essaying my own deceased son. And he said that it's on the tapes that are included in the evidence that were allegedly supposed to be subpoenaed by the grand jury.
I've never heard that. I'm unaware of that.
He just said that on multiple slum platforms.
Now, she's bringing it up, saying that it's on these tapes, but she never denied it. She never denied whether or not she did something with her son or not. She's just like, Courtney Burgess is saying that on these tapes, I'm doing something with my son, you know, and that's it. She want Courtney Burgess to address that. Right? Murph tried to make it seem like he didn't never tell me to send him an email. Murph trying to make it but Murph was on Maggie's page saying, send me an email. This was back on February the 11th. Knowing that I'm not going to send no email because I know the game that they play. They wanted me to take the fall. So they've been playing that email game in the background. They've been doing this weird stuff in the backdrop, playing these email games. They don't like me because I'm pointing it all out. I don't want to sit here, play this weird ass game with y'all, right? I've been putting it on all my platforms, 35K platform. You know, we was exposing Maggie. We was on foot on neck. You hear me? We was putting our foot on their neck. We had them. Right? We wasn't playing no games with them. We was on Instagram exposing it. We was everywhere exposing it. Why? Because something ain't right. Y'all keep on making it seem like we wrong. We wrong. We not wrong. We not wrong. We speaking out. Just because y'all don't want to stand up and speak out, just because y'all don't want to you know, say something and be like, yo, listen, this is going on. This is going on. This is what's going on. You know? I gotta go get some coffee.
You know, lately a nigga been fighting a whole lot of demons. A lot of shit we do gonna have consequences, but we gotta be ready for them. Emergency, I just got out of surgery. I'm having problems with my heart and it won't work. I did some shit in my past and it's cursing me. I'ma stay right here for this plastic, gonna take breath from me. I'm sipping his hand and eat this pain, but it ain't helping me. My little nigga going against the grain and that shit stressing me. I pray to God, let God have mercy. I'm living a crazy life. I just shot at a nigga for talking some shit on the gang, he paid the price. I was young in the rush for the money, my hunger for paper, it saved my life. And that shit can save tonight. If you wanna lick shit, we can get rich, quick, we can get paid tonight. Yeah, go. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money, everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but no wanna go down. You'll do anything to get it, but when you gon' go out there? Shit, gotta think about it. 187. Murder for hire. You killed a nigga, you don't know him. You gon' go to heaven. Gotta chalk that shit over, though, real talk. Hey, fight my demons, fight my demons. So many demons. Me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons, fight my demons. It's me against these demons.
Demons.
Against these demons. Whoa, I'm fighting these demons up in this ghost. I'm fighting these demons, I'm on the ropes. They came with a beam up under my coat. Get hit in the spleen if you want to smoke. That money be green, so niggas don't go. I'm looking so clean, I used to be broke. Remember they laughed at me, they joke. Gave them the ball and nigga, they choke. Tables turn, that nigga, you go. My little nigga don't follow no code. Follow no code, no code. My nigga follow me like a pole. I stand on my word and stand by the consequence. They say I'm heartless, thanks for the compliment. I seen your dead homie yell at company. VMG gang, get bitch feel incompetent. Don't wanna hear that shit, I gotta kill that shit. Legally militant, I can get ignorant. We not considerate. Niggas do silly shit, we get the drilling shit. Guilty and innocent. Don't give a fuck about a bystander. I can pull up in the Highlander. Don't take no slander. Don't take no slander. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money, everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You'll do anything to get it, but when you gon' go down?
Anything to get it, but when you gonna go down?
Think about it. 187. Murder for hire. You killed a nigga, you don't know him.
You gon' go to heaven.
Gotta chalk that shit over, though, real talk. Hey, fight my demons. Fight my demons.
Latisha, what's going on? Love is love. Namaste. I say
me against these demons.
No more manipulative.
Against these demons.
Stand for it no more.
Fight my demons.
Y'all manipulated us for the last time. We is not trying to be manipulated anymore. Right? And see, like I say, like we've been pointing this out. I've been pointing this out. The people that's following me, they've been, you know, pointing this out. The collective been pointing this out. We don't want this. We don't want this level of imagery. We don't want this to be our future. We don't want y'all to think that we okay with this idea of an image. We're not okay with the Ronnie Bows. We're not okay with the big homie CCs. We're not okay with the Jaguar Wrights. We're not okay with the people that's scamming, grifting, saying that they'll do anything with money. The Stephanies. We're not okay with the Stephanies. We're not okay with the Uncle Mikes. We don't want these people in our collective anymore. I mean, if they want to go form a group, let them go form a group, but this is not normal in society anymore. We see y'all. We see the lack of empathy, sympathy, apathy. We see that y'all don't have no feelings, notions towards nobody else. There's a chemical imbalance that's in y'all brain. Y'all lack the care for other people. We need more people that's caring for other people. Y'all dropped the ADA thing, didn't care nothing about the kids. Soon as y'all realized y'all couldn't make money off of that shit, drop the ADA thing. Right? We want to know about the kids. The last thing we know, they in the jacuzzi, big chilling. Big chilling. Court date get pushed back to April. Now y'all want to be quiet. No, is the kids safe? Is Jeremy still around the kids? Is the kids safe? Like, that's the problem with groups like this. They not focused on the kids because everything is money. You being in the room is money. Tap the screen, send the cash app, send the super chats. That's money to them. The kids is money. Send your kids, send your kids. It's money. All of it is money. Nobody can tell us where the kids are at. Where the kids at? Where the babies from these groups, right? Jaguar say, I'm like the G mom. I'm like the grandma. Where your grandkids at? Where the kids at? Point us to the kids. You saying that Shelly Carter know where some kids at. Well, I'm prone to believe that Jaguar know where some kids at. Honestly. I believe Jaguar know where some kids is at. Hey, I dropped the link for if anybody want to come up. I dropped the link. I'm just running back on how I came about this situation. I actually was telling the spiritual people over on TikTok, I was telling them, watch this. I was telling them, pay attention to the power of manifestation. This is how it works. Time is moving a lot faster now. Things are moving a lot different now, right? So I was actually showing people the power of that level of manipulation. Jaguar utilizes this all the time with different variations of salt baths, mineral baths, as she say, roughly around the time that she's on her cycle. This is why Odell screamed out, in the background, you on your period when she was taking a bath. We are all in spring forward 8 months versus 6 months last year. There's a lot of stuff that's happening right now. It's a lot of stuff that's happening right now. The energies around us is changing. Like, so much is changing around us. We have to be careful. We have to be cautious, right? These people, they ain't got no good intent for you. They don't wish you the best. They not wishing you well. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me turn this camera off. You can't have the camera on when you're doing stuff. At least that's what I say. Where? Misha in the chat. Where? I don't think Misha's over here. I dropped the link. RC, Misha ain't in the chat. Misha pop up on this page, all hell breaks loose. Appreciate the gift. I see you. Appreciate the gifts. Oh, I wasn't sure I heard the name mentioned. I seen somebody say, Misha, get over here and tell your story or something. I was gonna reach out to her, but like, it's I don't know people's mind, right? My thing is about people's mind, respecting people's mind. I don't know when people want to talk about this, when people, you know what I mean, when it's good, when they're done healing. I like to talk to people when they done healing, right? Because then it's not that trauma bond. It's not that, feelings and emotions are lower. When you talk to people while they healing, the wound is still open, it's still there. They're so I like to talk to people when they're done healing, because then you can ask certain questions. You ask a question while somebody's still healing, shit. Next thing you know, you reminiscing about an ass whooping you got when you was in the 8th grade. That's why I listen. Holler at me when you done healing. That way, the growth can be there. Jojo, there is use for giving someone like Lamisha a platform, and here's why, right? There's a truth in every story. You just got to be willing to listen for it, right? A lot of people don't listen for the truth. They listen, for whatever things that's appeasing to their feelings and emotions, right? But there is some truth in what she's saying. Plus, in order to expose a lie, you have to be able to question it, right? By not giving her a platform, then we allow a lie to continue carrying on, right? By being able to give her the platform, ask the proper questions, we might be able to see through this, right? As of right now, everyone is in a state of confusion because there's too many lies on the table. One thing Lamisha said is, she said someone else told her to alter or change some of the story for the sake of the media, for the sake of entertainment purposes, for the sake of, social platforming, right? Keep these lies going, keep this thing generating, keep the drag out going, right? But at some point that gets tiresome to them, and they just some of these people get lost in a lie so bad that they want to tell their truth. They just can't find a safe place to tell it, right? Because when you got stories like this, the same person who brought you the story has to be able to tell you the truth. So because this same person put these fabrications out there, this same person is the only one that can see us through it. It's just like Jaguar. Jaguar Wright is the only one that can see you through the lies that she has created around her life. They used to tell us back in the day, be careful, because if you tell a lie so much, you'll start believing it. It's actually a Constantine effect. Constantine sold us a lie so tough that he started believing in his own lie. That's the salvation story. Constantine created a lie so believable that he started believing in his own salvation story lie that he created. Look it up. I'm not lying. Look it up. Now, all of these stories that's accumulated, there's some truth in there somewhere. There's some truth. Maybe it's not by Diddy, right? Maybe it's actually by Jaguar. Maybe these people have been trained by Jaguar, have been pimped by Jaguar, have, allowed themselves to fall victim to Jaguar's, clutches, whatever you want to call it, voodoo, whatever you call it, right? And maybe, the plot that's going on is against the industry, but it's also like an industry takeover. You think it's a coincidence that Big Homie CC is a, inspiring rapper? Ronnie Bo is an inspiring rapper. Murph is a fake, singer. You think it's a coincidence that all these people are washed up, wanted to be in the singing business that didn't make it, and now all of a sudden they just going again? Come on. These Jaguars telling them, like, yeah, when we get cruelty free off the ground, albums for everybody. You get an album, you get an album, you get listen, we gonna sell these everywhere. Like, come on. Hello? All right. Well, I'll get it out to you today. All right. Appreciate you. Oh man. When you live out in the country, you gotta pay for private trash detail. One big web of lies. Yes, one big web of lies and deception. Now, this it done blew way out of proportion. It done got blown way out of proportion. See, this is why I say Wolf Coochie might have came into this thinking that Jaguar was telling the truth, right? And now that he has invested so much into it, it's turning out that Jaguar has been lying to him, right? So now he's having a hard time progressing because all the lies are catching up. All the lies are catching up. All her bullshit is catching up to her. Everything that she put out there is all catching up to her. Because it's all hitting at the same time, it's hard. It's almost like that award that she got was a gift and a curse. You know? Her and Wolf Coochie sitting there, they thought that everything was about to go to peaches and cream. Oh, you got the Defender of Freedom Award. Everybody's going to start looking at you like a hero. They thought it was a medal of honor, you know? They like, this award right here solidifies everything and so on and so forth. Nope. And now Wolf Coochie done left and bailed out. Hey, y'all make sure y'all hit the Cash App or hit the PayPal. Hit the Cash App or hit the PayPal. Hit the Cash App or hit the PayPal. We are working towards monetization. Of course, we got to iron out a couple of, lumps, a couple of things. When you say no sound, you mean you can't hear me talking? Because you should be able to hear me talking. I'm not playing nothing for you to hear any sound. It's me that's talking. You can't hear me talking? Y'all can hear me, right? She didn't meet the president. That's the thing. She didn't meet the president. Oh, when I had it muted. No, he might have been there, but she never met the president, you know. I think Mike Tyson might have shook hands with him, you know, but not everybody was privileged to even get. She ain't even got a picture with him standing in the background nowhere. Come on, you know, she didn't even get presented the award. You know, matter of fact, General Flynn presented Liz Corkett, and then Liz Corkett announced Jaguar. Jaguar didn't perform there. She didn't do nothing extravagant. They announced Liz Corkett, and then Liz Corkett, you know, presented Jaguar, saying like, you know, this is one of the people. There was a list of people. If you actually go back and look at it, there was a whole line of people that was on the stage with that award, right? I don't know if it was a freedom of speech award. I don't know what it was, but it was at a conspiracy convention. That's what people are not looking at. The big part of it. It wasn't at no army show. It was at a conspiracy convention, right? That's the main part. That's like me getting an award for telling the greatest alien story, right? That's a conspiracy. Aliens being real, that's a conspiracy, right? So she was at a conspiracy convention where she got an award. It's a conspiracy convention. Conspiracies are not, you know, driven by facts. Conspiracy is not, you know, it's things that are not proven. So the way that they went about it and presented it to her, they made it seem as though this whole Diddy thing was a conspiracy. Diddy doing what he doing is not a conspiracy. It's an evil MFer doing evil MFer stuff, right? That's not a conspiracy. Messed up people do messed up things. Hurt people, however you want to look at it. That's not a conspiracy, right? So that's why I say, like, when you look at this, you have to look at the entirety of what is Jaguar Wright, right? Narcissistic. You watch her narcissistic tendencies, right? Deceitful. You watch the lies. You watch the wickedness, right? Threatening. You watched her threaten numerous of people, right? You watched her play victim. You watched her jealous tendencies. You watched her violence, her outrage, her outbursts. You can call them episodes, whatever, right? And we all know she's a criminal. Okay? We all for sure know that she is a criminal. Okay? And then you have that 90s Nation. Nobody seen any of the 90s Nation movement. That was Ali Carter. Is Ali Carter back on the scene now? Y'all know she a criminal. She's got more connections with this Yellow Beasley trap house than a little bit. Y'all know something ain't right with her connections with this Yellow Beasley trap house. Y'all know that. Ali's still MIA, right? It's a lot of stuff that's going on right now that's got me like, what's really going on? You know, remember at one point, Jaguar and them was like forcing other people to stop talking about Ali Carter. Remember that? Y'all don't remember Jaguar was forcing people to stop talking about Ali Carter? Maggie was playing a part in that to get people to stop talking about Ali Carter. Remember, The whole Stephanie interrogation was based off of them stop and talk. You guess don't Maggie told Stephanie, she said, I don't care if 5% of the stuff you talk about is Ali Carter. You need to stop talking about it. And I was back then when it was happening, I was thinking, like, why the hell is Jaguar trying to force people to stop talking about Ali Carter? Something ain't right. Why is she trying to force people to stop talking about Ali Carter? And then Ali Carter went missing. After they said Jaguar was trying to get her hands on her, big homie CC told Jaguar that he wanted to work with Ali Carter. Like, she started asking Jaguar what happened in that Boule household. I'm starting to think these trips to the mountains might be where they burying bodies at. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to think all these trips to the mountains, I think they burying bodies. Big homie said he paid to keep his name out of it. That's what big homie CC said. Big homie CC said he paid to keep his name out of it. He said his name was in it from the beginning, and he paid to keep his name out of it. This shit getting darker and darker. She said, how many people think YouTube will benefit from a fight with me and Ali Carter? That what she said, right? She took the survey on her own page. She said, how many of y'all think YouTube would benefit from a fight with me and Ali Carter? Y'all remember that? You know? And it's like, oh, now it's like, oh, before I leave that girl alone, everybody let her do what she do, da 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 da. And now it's this situation. Like, so there's a lot of like weird stuff going on. You know? Even like Shelly Carter's idea of insurance, right? Misha Fuller say that she was, Ali Carter was her sister. Legina Gold say Ali Carter was her sister. They all saying the same thing, that they're sisters in some sort of circuit, right? Whatever circuit it is. She's saying, my sister Ali, she sent out insurance. Shelly Carter saying that she sent out these levels of insurance where certain people got mailed certain things or some shit like that. Nah, ain't no sister wives. Get out of here, Anna. Sister wives, but our sister wives. We. Every sister wives ain't bad, okay? We got the good sister wives over here, okay? We don't operate like that. We operate out of love, respect, kindness. It's a different type. Every sister group ain't bad, okay? Every sister group ain't bad. All right. All right. We looking at these specific groups, okay? We looking at these specific groups, the wicked ones, the evil ones, right? If there's two sides to everything, then there's two sides to a conjuring. So if people can conjure up wicked and demonic things, then we also can conjure up good and loving things. So I think it's about time we learn about that level of conjuring, those types of rituals where the operation of love and so on and so forth is there, where we start to realize this operation, where we start to realize these good intentions, where we start to realize, this level of, intent, power, passion, love, undivided, And see, the problem with it is that people don't understand, because someone put a false notion on what a covenant is. People don't even know that they're under different variations of covenants, right? If you sign on to a religion, that's a covenant. If you sign on to be an atheist, that's a covenant. If you sign on to be non-denominate, like all of these different things are different forms of what could be a covenant. Hell, if you sign up for a gang, it's a covenant. If you sign up to be a Democrat or a Republican, it's a covenant. If you sign on to be some ethnic group, it's a covenant. Like anything can be looked at as a covenant, especially if it comes with the oath or some code of conduct. These could be different forms of covenants, right? And you look at, like, Grace, and Grace always saying the Joker would never, the Joker would never, the Joker would never. You look at that lawsuit said that a lot of times they were already under the influence before they even reached the house, because somebody had them drinking like lace water in the car. They said they had loud music playing in the car. So these are different forms of manipulation of the mind. People manipulate your mind differently like this, in different ways. They can manipulate your mind like this, right? So when you got, this magnitude of manipulation, it's like, what really was going on? And like I said, you really got to look at it for what it is. If Jaguar Wright is creating soothsayers, these are people who she trains to practice in the art of, weaving these different stories. That's why everybody say she a great storyteller, because these stories, you get, somebody with the youth, somebody like Sam, and you tell them these type of stories of Armageddon, of the Leviathan, of the Baphomet, witchcraft, stuff like that. They possibly start believing these stories. They'll start believing these stories. It's like, the boogeyman stories that we believe when we was kids. Like, it's like those fairy tales that we believe when we were kids, right? So you get the right mind, they can start believing these stories, and then you start manipulating reality based off of the storytelling. Now, what's she doing? She's telling these elaborate stories, so on and so forth. She's repeating them in the ether. So many repetitions of something will create a cause and effect if you repeat it so many times. This is where these baths are coming in at, her taking these baths, so on and so forth, with the salt and minerals and everything like that, cleansing process. Well, it's actually, amplified with water, salt water. She might not have the levels of intent or the molecular structure to it, like, because she's probably not fasting during the times of these baths. She's probably putting like pork and stuff inside of her, right? She's probably not grounding, around the time of these baths after she do this stuff. So she's probably not amplifying her signal the way that it's supposed to be, right? This is why back in the day they had those, cooking baths, like basically where they had the fire and the smoke up under it, so on and so forth, changing the temperature of it, whatever the case may be. But that's why I say, like, when you look at this, it's a lot deeper. She's conjuring up these different entities, and they're using her vessel to feed off of. Greed, gluttony, lust, all of these things is using her vessel to feed. So if you invite a lust, demonic entity into your temple, then that's what that entity is going to do. It's going to lust. And you're feeding that house. Gluttony, greed, you're feeding that house, you know. You see them all doing it. They show you exactly who they are. You see some of them showing you, you know, the operation of spirits. They consume alcoholic beverages. Some of them show you different forms of gluttony, where they have to perform acts of eating online or eating low vibrational things, crab, seafood, shrimp, pork sandwiches, beef, bacon, stuff like that. Then, you know, and then there's the other different types of demonic entities that will use your vessel as a portal to, you know, get the energy that they want. These are things that are inside of us that uses our vessel, you know, as portals, multidimensional beings. This is where the anal come in at, you know, anal, you know, sodomy, so on and so forth. So you're watching these different things take place. You know, you're watching these different things take place. You're watching people manipulate different levels of chakra systems inside people vessels. Think about all of the R. Kelly situation. You know, a lot of them ladies, after it was all said and done, what did they say? I still see him as that little boy who was, you know, determined to get certain variations of love from his mother and so on and so forth. Like, they still looking at R. Kelly because the story that he sold them, you know, the fact that he, you know, put this sad thing on, you know, cohortions of the heart. They believed that they were helping him. They believed that he had a disturbed mind, so on and so forth. So they couldn't see him past that of needing help. They still, you know, I still want to help. I still feel like he's just that confused. Like, can you imagine how many people, you know, still walking around like that? Look at what DJ Genesis said the other day. She said she you know, she remembered the Jaguar that she met 20 something years ago, right? She say she want that old thing back. Jaguar used to be the life of the party, so on and so forth. You know, there's a good person in there. She sees that good person. Okay. We get it. We get it. But if that good person is no longer good and going around hurting people, how many people that person got to hurt before you get that old thing back? How many times do you know now those people got to go out and wreak certain levels of hurt on people until they heal? If we keep going with this hurt people until you heal method, then we're about to create a chaotic world. Hey, Plotter, first off, I would like to applaud you for even trying to throw Jag. I wouldn't even try to throw her. I would know from the moment that this one is not going that far, it's the waste of time. So I even trying to throw her, I applaud you for that. And you know, as far as you can throw her, you know, I'm pretty sure it'd probably be a good couple of feet. So, you know, I guess she would have to be in seeable range, you know, something like that. Because you ain't throwing that far, you know what I mean? I don't care what you say, you know, that's not the same weight. That's come on, you know, that's not the same weight. That, you know, they say muscle is, you know, y'all know how it go. You know, muscle might be heavier, but that's a lot of dead weight right there. That is not a throw. Listen, 2 feet, 5 feet. I don't know how strong you are. You got to have a motherfucking bench press out this world. And are you using 2 hands when you throw her? Or are you trying to throw her with 1 hand? 1 hand, impossible. That's like a shove. You know, 1 hand, impossible. That is like a shove. No, Jaguar, why you got a message for me? I seen you popping up in Maggie's panel. I seen you over there in Maggie's panel popping up. Why you want to bring your damn dirty ass message over here? Nobody's letting you up to talk about it, huh, Jaguar? They not letting you up to talk about it. Here, I got you. I give you this. I give you the time. Don't you come up with that dirt, that nasty mouth. You keep that nasty mouth to yourself, right? You come up with a little bit of, respectability. Here we go, y'all. Here go Jaguar coming up. You been in Maddie looking for you. Maddie got some stuff she want to iron out with you. She said you was grooming her. She said you was trying to sell her to the market. She said she knows about them Atlantic City ties that you got at the casino. She said you gonna sell her. Yeah, you're gonna sell her to a high roller, pass her around. Got to be more careful. You living a dangerous life, Jaguar. Oh no. You gotta turn yourself in. You gotta get some of these demons off your back, Jaguar. Get some of the demons off your back, Jaguar. That's the only way. That's the only way. You got to get them demons off your back. You got to start somewhere. I don't know how you going to reconcile. I don't know. You might have to just turn yourself in, start writing letters to everybody. You know what I mean? That might be a good stage right there. Like, turn yourself in, start writing letters to everybody, telling them that you're sorry. Give that bra a break. Hang it up. Hang up the bra. It might be the bra. Energies and entities attach themselves to material. It might be the bra. The bra might have you, you know what I'm saying, going through some shit. If you change the bra, you have a different attitude. Oh shit. Don't try to flash my page, get my page taken. Hello.
I'm not the one that wants to hurt your Paige. Your friends are.
You're absolutely right about that. But they were your friends before they were my friends.
They were never my friends.
They trained you.
Who trained who?
Denot said he trained you on this stuff of how to
Why
keep on.
would you believe anything that liar says after everything he said about you?
Because if he trained you to lie and you've been lying and
He
been
didn't train
lying,
me anything. That child doesn't train anyone.
So he learning from you then?
No, he didn't learn anything from me. I didn't know him. I guess you didn't bother to look at the history of how he became attached to my name.
No, I didn't, because I don't know who to believe. Y'all all seem to be telling different variations.
You want to know what's funny? You want to know what's funny? You don't know who to believe, yet you believed everything they told you about me, and these people don't even know me.
I believe the words that's coming out of your mouth.
No, you don't, because you're always trying to turn them and twist them and flip them.
That's part of perception.
No, that's not perception. That's a fact.
Okay, so if you said that you
Why did you just,
around,
I want to ask you a question. Why did you just lie and said that you saw me on that birds panel? I haven't been there at all. Why would you lie and say that?
the comments been popping up. She been blocking them.
Nope, that's not me. That's the fake Jag. You want to know who first started really running hard with fake Jags in the chat to make people think that it was me in the chat and go back and forth with me and say things about me? Denot. He was the first one to really start abusing fake Jags in the chat. Matter of fact, all of your friends have their own fake Jag accounts. So when they can't get me to show up, so when I don't pop up, they just sit there and type in the chat and argue with themselves.
But where did they get it from? Like, where did the training
What do you
come
mean, where
from?
did they get it from? They got it from your boss that you don't know that you're working for.
Can you get in touch with them? I need to check. I need to advance.
Well, then you should probably contact YouTube and reach out to Leor Cohen yourself.
Come on.
That's who runs YouTube.
Okay,
Leor
but I don't
Cohen
have
runs
these people.
YouTube.
Okay, Jaguar, let me ask you a real question, right?
Do you know who Leor Cohen is?
Yes, I know who Leor Cohen is. Where do you go
So
from
then
here,
you know his
Jaguar?
connection to Jay-Z then.
Yes, that Jay-Z invested into YouTube and invested into Cash App, and you've been
No,
utilizing
Jay-Z
both
didn't
of them.
invest into anything.
Yeah.
Jay-Z was placed there by his very white Jewish handler, who
Is that
handed him
Marina?
everything else, including his job at Def Jam when he signed Rihanna when she was underage.
Oh, we talking about Lucian.
No, Lucian Grange, that's the person who runs Universal.
Okay.
That would
So
be
we
Lior's boss too.
Oh. So we just going higher and higher. So
No.
when do Marina
See, I
Brockovich
just
come
know
in?
what I'm talking about.
So when do Marina Brockovich come in?
Number one, her name is Marina Abramovich.
Oh, Marina Abramovich.
That's her name.
Yeah, when did she come in?
He's been studying with her for almost 2 decades now. And he's been practicing Aleister Crowley and teaching a bunch of other people to practice Aleister Crowley. And it's not Allison, it's Aleister.
But you also
Very old
practice
British name.
Aleister Crowley.
Nope, no, I do not. Never have. But I
So-
know what he does. And
So
I
how
know
do
what his
you-
teachings have done. Because
So
what
how
he
do you-
did to was take ancient African Kemetic science and pervert it for the masses.
Okay, so how do you know about certain sacral rituals that's used based upon the sacral chakra or
Because
the
I
sex
am
energy?
a study. I am a teacher. That's what I do. How can you defend yourself against something that you don't know how to defend yourself against?
I get
The
the
only way you
defending.
can the only way to defend yourself against witchcraft is to understand how it works so you can stop it.
So you learn witchcraft to defend yourself against it?
Number one, I study all of my enemies and all of their tactics. Any intelligent person does.
So as an E5 priestess, what levels of magic do you manipulate?
I'm not going to go into the gifts that God has bestowed upon me. I don't have to explain that to nobody.
Okay, what about the hypnotization that you put on people when you repeat certain things over and over again?
Oh, you mean, do I have the ability to hypnotize people? Absolutely.
Do you use that frequently?
I've used it for my safety when I needed to. It's a good
So-
skill to have.
Absolutely, I would agree.
Especially
So
with the kind of enemies I got.
nobody really knows the kind of enemies you got.
Yeah, you
They
do.
think
Yeah, you do. You know exactly who they are.
who, like Sean Davy Way and Storm Monroe?
No.
You mean
YouTubers
bigger
aren't
than
my
that?
problem. YouTubers aren't my problem. It's
Oh,
the
you mean like the
celebrities
government?
it's the celebrities that they work for and worship that have been a problem for me.
Where? How do I get in touch with them? I'm trying to get in touch with one of them. I need a check.
You know what? You should do yourself a favor.
What?
And you should ask yourself
Okay.
how you like being played, how you like being made a fool of. I actually gave you a hint. I told you that the reason why Cheryl and Pearl and Not and them was coming over to your channel was so they could do all of the stuff that they didn't want their channels to get struck for, so you would. I told you that.
You
I
did
knew
not
you
tell
heard
me that.
Yeah, I did.
When?
I said it in a video, and I know you watched because you
Come
reviewed it.
on.
Because you reviewed it. But it's all right. You were
Come
warned.
on. How was I supposed to know?
Like I said, you keep letting them come over there and do all that crazy stuff on your channel if you want to. You the only one that's gonna suffer for it, and they all knew.
Okay. So they struck my page. They stopped me from getting monetized. I see it now. Okay.
No, see, the thing is you were rising up a little bit too high, and you got a little too popular, a little too fast.
Did
and
I?
they wanted to put you in your place.
Damn, I got popular. I ain't never been that. You think I got popular? That's
They
pretty
made you
cool.
popular.
They did?
They did.
Shut up. They made me popular. I appreciate that. I
Do
got to give
yourself
them
a
a
favor.
virtual.
Do
Okay.
yourself a favor.
Okay.
Stop being so gullible.
I'm trying to work on that. But look, is Odell really gone? Did y'all really call it quits?
Once again, my fiance and I never broke up.
Oh, okay. So y'all still got the Tubi movie
But
coming out
what
and everything?
but what's clear though is that people aren't going to stop saying it until they can make it come true. Because see,
Ain't
that's
that
how
the
witchcraft works.
ain't that how it works? Right. You said it's old magic, older than Egypt.
That's how witchcraft works.
And we're
People
using
keep
technology to make it happen a lot faster. So we're actually,
Oh, technology does make it a lot faster.
I
Actually,
know we're
the
speeding
most
it up.
effective seance is a
Yeah.
chat room.
I know. That's why I'm saying. That's why we all trying to get Odell to leave and skirt.
Why are you trying to get Odell to leave?
Because Odell's plotting on you anyway. The same way you was looking out for me with the knot, I'm
Oh.
looking out for you with Odell.
Really, and why am I supposed to believe that Odell is plotting against me?
You're not supposed to believe it. That's why we're gonna see it all play out. Why you think
You're
he
gonna
made
see
you
what
sign the
play out?
contract? Why you think he became your manager? Right?
He's not my manager.
He's tied to that,
No,
right?
actually, he's
Yeah,
my
he is.
producer. He's my
No.
producer. My
Okay,
management company is Push Management.
Push Management is Odell.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
I looked into it already. You can stop
Actually, no,
lying to
you
me.
didn't.
You can stop
Actually,
lying to
no, you
me.
didn't. No,
Okay,
you
now,
didn't.
okay. Before we go down that route, let's stop for a second. Okay.
Push Management has been around for quite some time. And if you
Okay.
bothered to do any research, you'd be able to see who runs it. They got an Instagram page.
Listen, I can look it up and show you that Odell is the technician behind all of
Nope.
that fraudulent
No, he's not.
shit.
No, he's
He
not.
is. Odell been setting up pages. He been selling stuff.
Actually,
He been
no.
selling ebooks. He been doing Jaguar
Actually,
Uncut.
no, he
trying to
really
write a book
hasn't.
about your life. He trying to get you a YouTube
Cite-
Tubi movie.
Cite your source.
I looked it up.
Cite your
IBM.
source.
You want me to show you again?
Yeah, where did you get all of this information from?
I looked it up myself.
Really? And where did you find it?
On Odell's sites that he's been creating.
Nope.
What?
Nope. You're wrong.
So somebody's out there making false accounts of Odell.
Yeah, just like they cloned his wrench and his account in my chat on my channel, just like they cloned my account.
When they clones his wrench and his
Yep.
account.
Yep, and I got it all filmed. Thanks to that 12.5-hour live.
So do you know that Odell is an author? You know he sells books?
Once again, Odell doesn't sell anything. Not no books. What he does sell are his DVDs. Odell doesn't have any books.
So Odell don't sell books.
No, he doesn't. But he does have friends that write books, and he tends to promote the people that he cares about. Hold on a second. I have a dog to tend to. I'll be right back.
You did not buy no dog.
No, of course I didn't buy a dog. The dogs have been here. They've been here forever.
Oh, I forgot. You staying at
You ready,
somebody's
babe?
house.
Go. Grand
Hold on, I'm
Rising.
about to show you right now. I'm about to show you Odell's right now. Show you. Odell is an author. Odell sells books. You capping.
Everybody's doing good, you see?
You trying to make it seem like Odell ain't selling books. Where is this link at?
Out here working, writing my life.
We already looked it up. It's all in the Patty Pocket in the Discord. We know Odell sells books. He wrote the book and interviewed.
Oh, my goodness. Sorry about that. It's school time around here.
Right. Education is paramount.
Yeah, these are smart kids. Very smart.
So you telling me this ain't Odell right here?
I can't see it. I don't have my readers on. It's kind of small.
Oh, is
What
it?
does it say?
Hold on. I got you. Don't even worry about it. Don't trip. Watch my drip.
You want to know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
You could have simply just asked Odell.
Nah, y'all don't like answering questions.
No, we
This
just
ain't
don't
Odell right
answer
here.
lies.
Villa Lobo's body, right? Hollywood Blues. This ain't him. Writer, director, producer. This ain't Odell. The story
Once
of
again,
Madonna's stalker.
yeah, that's his documentary.
It's a book.
That's his
He's
documentary.
on here as the writer.
It's a
Look,
documentary.
what does
He
that say?
wrote the.
Writer.
That's not a book,
Director.
Ralph.
Director
He is
Villalobos. Writer.
exactly. That's a documentary. That's not a book. You do know the difference between a documentary and a book, right?
I do know the difference between
That's
a
a
writer.
documentary.
Okay,
That's not a
watch this.
book.
Hold up. I'm about to show you. Don't even worry about
Listen
it.
to me. We're done. I didn't come here to interview.
What you come here for?
I came here to
You want
give
to be
you a
my
little
friend?
information.
What information? You didn't tell me nothing.
No, you've been busy trying to interview me.
So this ain't Odell right here.
Why are you stalking my fiance?
I'm not stalking your fiance. This is public records, woman.
Yeah, but who goes around searching public records as a hobby?
Me, a
That's
person
weird.
that want to get to. Man, you
That's
talked
weird.
about my mama. You said my mama was a drug addict and a card thief and a bunch of shit.
You said a bunch of lies about me too, Ralph.
Did I?
Yeah, you
Did
did.
I, Jaguar?
Yeah, you did.
Are you sure?
So once again, I came to pass you a message.
What was the message, Jaguar? Tell me the message.
Please tell all of your old friends that we will be doing the town hall after all.
Okay.
Odell thinks it's time that we address some things.
Okay.
And if any of you would like to come by, you're more than welcome.
What
It will
time is
be
this
open to the
town hall
public.
meeting?
It'll be announced. I'm sure you'll be watching. Your notifications are always on for all my platforms.
Most of them, except for the Jaguar Wright show.
Yeah, a lot of people are upset about that. They're going to be really upset about our next story. It's a killer.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Is it a doozy?
Oh yeah, it's I've been in this industry a long time and I've watched a lot of people get screwed over. But after what just happened to Angie Stone and the way they played with her money and the way they still playing with it right now, same thing that they did to her, they did to me. She's no longer here to tell it. My next big story on the Jaguar Wright show, I'm going to be speaking with someone who was also financially molested like me and Angie Stone. They're going for a full lawsuit against the big major house. And I'm going to be running the point on the story.
Is this before or after you testify in the Diddy case?
What Diddy case?
The Diddy lawsuit.
What lawsuit?
The lawsuit with your name in it.
Oh, you mean that fraudulent piece of crap that they used to destroy Ashley Parham's case so that the diddler and the jigger man could get off scot-free? You mean that?
So you played a part in destroying the case so they can get off free?
No, they're using me to destroy the case.
So by putting you in the case, it destroys the case?
Yes, because I didn't do it. I wasn't there. The documents that I needed, we have now. Odell is very good. He's very diligent. He doesn't let anything drop, no matter how much trouble someone's making for him. The documents were secured. They're going to our attorney.
Are we talking about the same Odell? Because it seems like your Odell and the Odell that we see is two different Odells.
Well, like I said, my fiance is a real person. Whoever this Set in the West character that you got running around, that's fake. That's not him. And the truth is, it should be easy for you guys to figure that out because all you would have to do is go and click on the channel to see, and you would see.
Let me see.
But y'all don't want to see.
No, I'm gonna click on it right now. I got you right here.
No, y'all really do enjoy hosting your fake people. You know, impersonation is supposed to be
But how
illegal on YouTube.
who do we think it's you putting out the fake people, Jaguar? We think
No,
that you
no,
got
no.
all
That's
these
the
accounts.
story. No, that's the story that Josh Ray and Donat came up with, so they didn't have to take credit for the fact that they're the ones that started the fake Jag thing.
What about the emails then, Jaguar?
You know,
What about
Donat
the
and
multiple
Josh
emails
Ray
you
used
got?
to be very close.
Did they?
Yeah, they were really cool.
Oh, what happened with
You
them?
know,
Why
they've
they
actually
start
met in
fighting?
person, right?
Did they?
On several occasions.
No, Joshua Ray and Donat was cool like that.
Oh yeah, you know who Josh Ray is, right?
Yeah, Danny Robinson, right?
Exactly. The mother of that very unfortunate 13-year-old boy who she neglects to stalk me online.
No, I don't know about allegedly.
No, I seen the kid. I know what school he go to and everything. In Las Vegas.
Lady Leticia, what's going on with you?
Hello, I just want to stop
Ralph,
by.
I did not come here to speak to silver gray hair. I came to speak to you. I will not be speaking to this person.
Okay, the only reason
I
I
will not
popped
be
on,
answering any
Ralph,
question. I will not be answering any questions
She
I
didn't
don't
ask
have
no
any
from
questions.
this
questions.
person.
She
I
not
didn't come
asking no
here
questions.
to speak to this person.
I
I don't
didn't.
know
came
why
I'm
up
you
not
let her up.
asking.
She just came up to say something.
Yeah, no, not to me. This
Oh,
is
she
my
Ralph,
not
I
time
talking to
to
was
you.
you.
She
gonna
If
talking
you
to
ask
me.
if you want
her.
that time to end, I can just leave. But I
What?
won't deal with silver gray
How are
hair,
you
neatly combed in
financial?
place.
Are you okay financially, Jag?
So basically, you
And
saying
even if
that
you're not, what is your PayPal or your whatever, so I can send you something? You don't like me. I don't like you. That's cool. We don't have to have a whole conversation. I was just checking on you.
see, she just checking on you. We really concerned citizens. No? Okay, Lady
Okay.
Leticia,
Well,
she's
all
gonna
right.
hit us with the silent treatment until you go. Oh, Jag, don't do us like that, Jag. We love you. We want to see you better.
I'm great.
See, you done ran Lady Leticia off. How is we gonna fix
How did I run
problems?
her off? I didn't say
I-
anything to that unfortunate person at all.
okay, well, she wanted to look out for you. I'm just
No,
saying.
she didn't.
How you know?
No, she doesn't, because she's a liar.
When are you gonna give people a chance, Jag?
I do give people a chance. I gave
When?
people a chance when she was sitting on my panel, on my channel, when I was hosting that very, very, very disappointing bird after Josh Sheree took her channel down. She was talking crap about me back then. And I didn't know. I don't deal with people that talk about me like a dog behind my back and smile in my face.
Jaguar, you've been dealing with all of these people that do that. Storm
No,
Monroe,
I've had
Sean
no
Davy Way.
choice. I've had no choice but to deal with these people. I don't want to deal with these people. I don't like these people, don't want to know these people. Unfortunately, they're working for the people that have been bothering my life for many years. And I
Who?
allowed
Tasha
myself,
K?
I abided. No, she's a fucking worker. She's a
Who is they
worker.
working for? Who is all of these people working for?
Let me tell you something. Do yourself a favor. Make sure you play dumb when the FBI comes to question you about your involvement in everything.
The
Keep
FBI
playing
is
dumb.
not. The FBI got to investigate you before they investigate me.
No, no, no. The FBI knows exactly who I am.
Are you a confidential informant?
Once again, this isn't an interview, Ralph. I came to give you information.
But you ain't giving me no information.
Yeah, I am. I came to tell you about the town hall.
When is this town hall meeting?
It'll be this week, most likely Friday.
Friday, you having a town hall meeting. And what can we expect for you to cover in this town hall meeting?
Every lie will be addressed. Everything will be discussed out in the open. My fiance and I will both be there.
So Wolf Coochie's going to be there.
Yes.
Are you accepting people up?
I'm sure we will when it gets to that point. The town hall is ran a very specific way.
Like a cult?
We deal, no.
Oh.
And I don't know what this cult business is. I guess everybody's getting upset about the fact that I'm studying to be an ordained minister, huh?
You what? What did you ordaining people to minister?
Oh, you guys missed that part, huh?
You is not by. Is this an online class?
That's why I'm where I'm at.
You better
There's a
not
seminary
become no
here.
minister. You better not become no minister.
I am.
what
I'm becoming a minister.
For what reason? Or under what practice?
What do you mean under what practice?
Astaghfirullah.
What are you talking about?
Is it going to be under the Christian religion?
Number one, I am an avid follower of Yeshua and his teachings, and I serve the almighty, only one true living God.
Do you celebrate Total Rama?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, it's a Jewish celebration day.
Number
Yom
one,
Kippur?
I am Hebrew.
Okay,
Why
so
don't
you're a
nobody
Hebrew.
understand that?
You're a Hebrew Israelite.
I am Hebrew. Yes.
The closest thing to Hebrew is the Jewish religion.
Mm-mm. No, that's a lie. They swagger jackers. Hebrews came first. Jews was capping.
Okay, so you're a Hebrew Israelite believing in the 12 tribes of Israel.
Number one, I didn't say I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I said I am Hebrew. Why do y'all people need all of these labels? God don't.
Listen.
You do realize that heaven isn't segregated, right? You do realize that paradise is not segregated.
I thought you was Ephah.
Of course I am. This is the problem. All of you people, you need all of these names. I acknowledge source for what it is. I know what it is. I don't need to make it anything else. I don't have to explain it to be anything. But I'm going to tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to sit around and listen to a bunch of weirdos who decided that they know God better than the next person, and they believe that they're going to get it right and everyone else is going to get it wrong, and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. All of these people are insane. Religion is nothing but a construct. It's MK Ultra. Anybody who subscribes to religion is subscribing to MK Ultra.
Okay, but you just said you was about to be an ordained minister.
Yes, I'm getting ordained. Non-denominational.
Isn't that subscribing to a religion?
No, that's just me getting the credentials that I need so that people don't question my ministry. No, ministry. Ministry.
Following.
Ministry.
Okay, so what are you going to be ministering?
What do you mean?
What teachings are you going to be giving people? What book are you writing your own book?
Yeshua. Yeshua is what I'm going to be sharing. That's what I already do.
So the
I'm
biblical
just getting
text.
the credential.
You mean like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John you're going to be sharing, or just certain parts?
All of it, everything. I'm going to be sharing the
books.
Bible. I'm going to be sharing the Torah. I'm going to be sharing the Talmud. I'm going to be sharing the book, the boot, everything.
Oh, so you opening up basically for all religions to join.
See, this is the thing. My ministry is about showing all of these religious houses that they got a piece of it, but they got it wrong.
Right.
See, when you study all of the Bibles, because there are many, it's not just one. Everybody got a Bible. But nobody bothers to read them all. Except for people like me. I've read most of them. Now, my guru, my muti, Emily Diane Gunter, she's pretty much read everything. She even actually had an original copy that she was graced with. The original Quran. Did you know about the original Quran?
You mean the one that Joseph might have been a part in writing, or the one that Ion might have been a part in helping write?
No, I'm talking about the original one that was written by Muhammad and his wife. You know, Muhammad had 3 wives. And one of his wives, can you believe she was a defected Catholic? Her father was a pope.
I don't think these Muslims are going to let you talk about their faithful Muhammad on the month of Ramadan like this.
I'm telling you, it's the truth. I've seen it for myself. And most of these Muslims who talk all of this stuff, they ain't even been back to the motherland. They ain't never been to Mecca. You know, I've spent time in Tangiers, Morocco. Have you ever heard of
That's
it?
Haran. That's Haran. Come on, you can't say that about them like that, Jaguar. Come
Have you
on.
ever, number one, American Muslims are sketchy at best. But
Oh, come on, Jaguar. You
they
doing too
are. They're
much.
very sketchy. They're very
I
sketchy.
can't. You can't fight a whole religion now. You can't come at them like that. You talking
Malcolm
about the
X said
Shiites
the
or the
same
Sunnis?
thing. Malcolm
Which
X
one?
said the same thing
The
before he
Shiite,
passed away.
the Sunnis?
Malcolm X said the same thing before he passed away. Now, like I was saying,
Do you believe that Malcolm X was about to convert over to Christianity?
no, I believe Malcolm X was about to do what I'm going to do.
Which is
Show everybody how stupid religion is.
by starting your own?
No. By
Well,
creating a pathway for people to be able to connect with one another in fellowship of God beyond religion. Religion is MK Ultra. If you walk into a church and they got a white Jesus on the wall and you don't walk out, you're subscribing to MK Ultra.
By giving in to a white Christ?
That's not reality. Christ was not white. It even says so in the Bible.
I mean,
It
if
said
you
that when
go
you could
back,
see his feet, it said that when you can see his feet underneath his robe, they were the color of, it was bronze. What Caucasian person has bronze feet and hair of wool? Not even a Jew can pull that off. They can pull off the woolly hair, but they cannot pull off the bronze feet.
okay, now would that be a description of the vessel that he was going to come in, or the
No,
description
that
of the
was the
vessel that he was
description of
in
what
at the
he looked
time
like in real life.
in real life?
Yes. And guess
But
what?
that's not the description.
Putin and Elon Musk both showed ancient archival portraits of Yeshua. And guess what? He wasn't white.
I thought you was a follower. I thought you was a keeper of the Sabbath. Shabbat Shalom.
I am Shabbat Shalom.
So how are you a keeper of the Sabbath and sitting here saying that they don't have a savior?
Number one, I didn't say that. You just said that. Number two, Sabbath existed before religion. You do realize that, right?
I realize the essence of Christ existed
No,
before
you
any
realize that
vessels.
Sabbath existed before religion.
Yeah, the essence of it, yeah.
No, the essence of it, the decree.
Spirituality.
If you believe in creation, in the creation story as it happened, if you believe that day for day, God created a different space in this realm for us. On the 6th day, he created man. And on the 7th day, he rested. That was when Sabbath was created, at the beginning of all.
Jaguar, can I
That's
tell you
why
something?
that's why in
Hold
the
on, you
the
lying to these
almanac.
people. You lying to these people. Because what
How?
happened when he separated the water? That was when the Sabbath was created, right?
No,
And
that
the
no no no
waters.
no 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 no. And understand this: Moses separated the Red Sea with his staff, with God's ability
We're not
placed in
talking
him.
about that separation. We're talking about the light waters from the dark water separation in the beginning.
What light
In
water separation? What are you talking
the
about? Light water
creation story,
separation?
God separated the dark water from the light water. He called the dark
No, no, no,
water
no, no, no,
sea. He
no, no.
called the
It
light
wasn't
water
dark
sky.
water. It wasn't dark water. In the beginning, there
You gonna
was
make me get the
nothing.
book out on you, Jaguar?
You can get it. I can quote
You're
it.
supposed to be an ordained minister. You should know this
I can
stuff.
quote it. I can quote it.
Quote it. Let me hear you quote it.
In the beginning, there was nothing. God opened his mouth and spake. He said, "Let there be light." And there was light. He separated day from night. The moon was placed there. After
That's not
that,
how it says. That's not what it says.
after that, he
In the
created the
beginning
waters.
was the word, and the word was God, and the word was good. That's what it says.
Yeah, that's
It
what I
says,
just
in the
said.
beginning was the word, and the
That's what
word.
I just said.
That's not what you just said.
I said, in the beginning, there was nothing. And then God spake. See?
Nah, see, that's
You just
trickery right
repeated
there.
what I said.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I
Yeah, you
said in the
did. I paraphrased from the NIV version. It's still the same thing. There was nothing. And then God spake.
Right. It was nothing.
Period.
Then he spake. Okay, he spake.
And like you just said, in the beginning, there was just God and the Word. God's Word was good. That's what I just said.
You didn't even mention good.
Why would I need to say it? I already know it.
But you're supposed to be telling us it.
No, what I'm supposed to be doing is breaking it down so people can understand it.
You know what?
Because
I got
clearly a lot of people are confused about what they read.
So listen, let's talk about the Mary
Which
Magdalene part.
also plays
You
into,
said Mary Magdalene was the donor of the disciples, and because she prostituted, they was able to move.
She wasn't a
freely out of-
prostitute. Mary
You
Magdalene
said
was
that
not a prostitute.
You said
Mary Magdalene was never a prostitute. That was a lie. That was a lie told by a Catholic pope at a grand mass, 14th or 15th century.
You said she was the donor, right?
No, what I said is that she was his benefactor.
Benefactor.
Yes.
How did she get the money?
Raised the money.
How did she raise the money?
Well, I wasn't there. I can only go by what scripture says and what's actually been verified in text.
It wasn't verified in text that
Yeah,
she
it
was
was.
benefactor.
Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. The sad part about it is you don't know that.
Is that in the Dead Sea Scrolls?
Of course it is. And it's in other scrolls and it's in other books. I've taken the time to read them. Why haven't you?
I have. I took the time to read Zechariah.
Clearly you have, because you just sat here and called Mary Magdalene a prostitute. She wasn't.
That's what you called her.
No, I never said that.
Yeah, you said she was selling coochie for the Lord.
No, I never said that.
That's what you
said
said.
Is that a Catholic pope labeled her as that. That's what I said.
No, you can't trick me. I was there when you said it.
I did it in the live. I did it in the live on Instagram. We talked about it. You know, you watched
know. That's what I'm saying. I was there when you said it. You said she was.
No, I never said she was a prostitute. I said they labeled her one.
You said they labeled her that, but the truth is she was actually the #1 benefactor, and she was providing the money.
She was yes, she was main supporter.
How was she supporting him?
One that keep the ministry together after he passed. She's the only one that never left his side. Even after his spirit left and the earthquake happened after he screamed Elohim. She never left. And guess what the Jews did? After Yeshua ascended, they went around and paid people to lie and say that Mary and the disciples stole Yeshua's body, that he never ascended, that he was never the true Christ. That's what the Jews did. And
I
then
gotta burn.
they
I gotta
started to
burn
take down
sage when I'm talking.
spirituals.
Hold on.
What?
I gotta burn sage when I'm talking to you. I gotta burn some dragon root when I'm talking to you.
Okay. That's what happened. That's what the Jews did. It's in the Bible.
Oh, I gotta burn some dragon root. Well, it's also in the
Dragon,
Bible.
or do you need dragon's blood?
All of it. I'm burning all of it. The heart of a dragon. I gotta get you up out the cosmos. So
It's funny how much the truth.
what you trying to tell us, right, is that the biblical text was misconstrued, and you're going to become an ordained minister to prove that these texts has been misconstrued.
Oh, absolutely.
So are you gonna give us the truth?
I'm going to show you what's there. You have to accept the truth.
No, because you trying to tell us to run into Armageddon. That's what you told us. You was like, run into Armageddon. America is Babylon and it's going to be destroyed. So y'all might as well hurry up.
Understand this. Prophecy is prophecy. What is happening is what is happening. There's nothing I can do to change it.
According to the book of Revelations or according to the book of Jaguar?
According to Revelations, prophecy is prophecy. See, unlike most people, I don't have a problem with accepting God's word. I don't need to remix it. I don't need to spin it. I believe everything that the good God says. Y'all the ones that need all of your little weird little clubs trying to pretend.
Oh, you the one that got the Jaganators, the Jaganauts, Jag Country.
Yes, I do have I do have Jaguar Country, and in Jaguar Country we serve the almighty true living God, and we don't abide no foolishness with all you weird little clubs. But we are going to definitely start Put Your Clothes On Ministries immediately. Jaguar can't wait to do her first sermon.
How much do you know Lamisha Fuller? Do you think she started all of these rumors? Huh?
No, I mean after Jaguar attacked you like that, are you okay? I don't know why she had that pop out on you.
After who attacked me?
You know when Jaguar ran up on you with the little with the pop out.
Who ran up on me? Who got me?
Jaguar.
Who's Jaguar?
You know who Jaguar is.
Who? I don't know no damn Jaguars. I ain't never been ran up on by a Jaguar.
Yeah, it happened on Instagram.
Did it?
Yeah. When Jaguar ran down on Maggie Brown.
Let me go check my Instagram.
That's you in the Muppet realm. You Maggie Brown.
Oh, I'm Baggy Brown.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Nah, you gotta give me a better character than that. Jaguar can't come out looking like she came out and then I come out a paper bag. Hell no. Come on.
You Baggy Brown.
Nah, you gotta do me better than that. You do me a little bit justice. Come on. Baggy Brown, that's all you
I'll
can
have
do
to
is
talk to my producer and see if he can figure out.
I want to be a Teddy Ruxpin.
You want to be a Teddy Ruxpin?
Yeah, I want to be a Teddy Ruxpin.
Jesus.
If you're gonna put me in it, make it a Teddy Ruxpin. Yeah.
That would definitely make you a perfect match for Ariel Paddington there.
No, they already got the Paddington Bear. You already gave somebody that character, Ariel, right?
I'm just saying, you know, the Paddington Bear and the Ruxpin, that sounds like it could be a thing.
That's terrible. That's what I'm saying, Jaguar. You you could have went so far. Think about it. We could have toured TikTok and made so much money if I would have brought you to the platform on TikTok. But you let old Dusty stop you from the bag, from the real bag.
Understand this.
You terrible.
That's not what my platforms are for.
Are you self-sabotaging yourself? Do you not want to make it?
Understand this. My life is dedicated to God. That's my reward.
I don't care if you want to run, as long as I'm next to you. Wolfgang.
Please don't sing that because they're going to be showing us what that looks like in real life very soon.
What would Bonnie and Clyde look like in real life? That's what y'all trying to be, right? Bonnie and Clyde.
Who's Bonnie and Clyde?
You and Wolf Coochie.
No, that's the Jigga Man and the Baby.
You better not talk about the baby. You know she after Kanye right now.
If I gave a damn about what Beyonce, Giselle, Knowles Carter thought, that would be sad.
You know they trying to sue your ass right now. As soon as they get an address, as soon as they get an address on you, you probably gonna get like 95 lawsuits.
You can't sue someone for telling the truth.
I'm telling you, as soon as they find out your location, they gonna send so many subpoenas your way.
Yeah. Tell them to send it to my man. Send it to my management company. Send it to our lawyers. They know who they are. They're very familiar.
They've been trying to find those. They've been trying to find out those PO boxes.
Once again, cite your source. Who told you that?
They gonna sue your ass, Jaguar.
Cite your source. Who told you that?
What? That they looking for you?
The Jigga Man and the Baby called you up.
You told me that. You told me. Didn't you get papers saying that the investigator was investigating you?
What papers?
The papers that you looked at when you was on Facebook.
What papers?
The papers that told you the investigator's name.
What investigator?
Now you act like you don't know what investigator
I don't know
I'm
what you're
talking
talking about, but I do know you sound like a robot.
I'm not. That's because your signal messed up. You the one that's using McDonald's Wi-Fi. You gotta go back into McDonald's, Jaguar. Your Wi-Fi messing up. You gotta go back in
McDonald's.
Well, Starbucks, wherever you at, go back inside.
Number one, I'm running my internet from my own private internet, 5G internet box. Ain't nothing wrong with my service.
Well, wherever that 5G internet box is at, you have to do better because your signal. It's you that's coming in blotchy.
That's funny. Because the only time that happens is when somebody's monitoring.
Jaguar, are you ever going to answer any of these people's questions?
I'm sorry, what you say?
Are you going back on Real Life Street Stars?
This isn't an interview route. This is a conversation. I came to give you information, and now we're talking about God. I always make time to talk about God.
Are you going to start living in the truth?
What?
Because that's what God is doing right now, putting people in truth.
What are you talking about?
Are you prepared for Jehovah's return?
Number one, I cannot wait for the day to come when that sky cracks open and I see our Lord and Savior get rid of all the filth and scourge. I can't wait. I'm not afraid of that. Matter of fact, I'm prepared to do anything to make that happen faster.
For the sky to crack open?
Yes, and for God to come back and set things right again. I can't wait.
So
You want to know
Jaguar,
what's sad though?
is this your move right here? Is this your move against Maggie right here by appearing on my panel? So instead of addressing Maggie, you came over here. Is this
What are you
your move? Is this your YouTube play? You know this is Sparta.
What?
You know the Hunger Games. How you getting back in the Hunger Games?
And give you
What's,
information about the town hall.
no, I know that, but what's your YouTube move though? Like, what's your,
You
you know,
so worried about everybody else other than yourself. I'm saying
because
here
I
for you
know you
right now.
got your drink and your two-step. I'm just listen. I see the drink, but I'm just trying to figure out the two-step. Dag, I'm just trying to figure out the two-step. I know you come with a drink and a two-step. Come on.
You want to know what's funny? You should never get on the dance floor and do a dance unless you know the steps.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
might
And I
fool
know you
yourself.
don't just plan on sitting on Ayasa's page, you know, watching Wildin' Out. So I know you got a two. What is it, Jaguar? Tell me. What's the next move? Tell me. Come on. Inquiring minds want to know. Come on. I know it's gonna be a doozy. Tell me, Jaguar. What is it?
My days and nights are spent right now honoring music and honoring God. I'm recording again. I'm writing again. Writing poetry again. And I'm studying to become an ordained minister. That's what I got going on right now.
Okay. Okay. Ordained minister. Poetry back in motion. Okay. But
That's what I'm doing.
what about the
And
Hunger
unless you
Games
love
though?
God,
What about
I
the
can't
Hunger
do it.
Games? You started the
And now
Hunger
we talk
Games.
about God.
You started the Hunger Games. Where's your next move in the Hunger Games?
Listen to me. If people are hungry, they need to go get something to eat.
I thought you said let them eat cake.
They can. They eat whatever they like.
I know you got to shuffle. I know you shuffling the deck right now. I know that's not the hand you playing. I know you shuffling the deck. I ain't never seen you not in the 31 years that I know you. Since you stole my bike 31 years ago, I
How
know
do you
you.
know me? Ralph, I've never
Huh?
met you. I've never seen you. I don't know
We
you.
we hung
Stop
out as
saying it.
kids. You don't remember. You don't remember those trips to Jersey. My family living in Willingboro,
Number
Woodland,
one,
the Pines. You know,
I
come
have
on.
a lot of stalkers on the East Coast.
Now I'm a stalker.
I was so glad to leave them all behind when I moved
We
south.
damn near family, Jaguar. That's how far
No,
back we go.
we're
My
really
cousins
not.
is your
I
cousins.
don't know you, sir.
Yes,
But
we
you know
got
what, though?
mutuals on Facebook. My family's your family.
You want to know what's fucked up?
You want me to show
That
you
you
my
know that
family
and I
that's
don't.
related to you?
You want to know what's
What?
fucked up? That you
What?
know that and I don't.
Huh?
I couldn't tell you who's related, who's mutual. I'll pay attention to none of that crap on Facebook. I never have. Matter
So
of
you
fact,
don't
I ain't
know.
been active on my Facebook account in damn near a year. They had me
Yes.
locked out.
Yeah,
And
since
I haven't
September of
felt the need.
2024, you haven't been on Facebook since September of 2024.
Actually, since before that.
Well, your last post was September 2024.
That was the last post that they let go up because I'm being heavily monitored on Facebook. But I mean, it's whatever. I'm heavily monitored everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you might as well just do it
And
like
since
you're
they're all,
doing it for people.
and since they're all watching, I'm
What's your
just
next?
gonna give them God.
Your next move is God.
That's it. That's my next move. God and music. That's it.
That's a powerful move.
That's it.
Nah, I know you're not about to let Maggie slide like that. I know you about to. Nah, I know you got it.
You know who you're talking about, G.
Huh?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh, so you're gonna do the whole ignore her thing where you just act like they don't exist. That's the method that you're going with. Okay, I like that one too.
I don't know about the method. I know that there was a young woman from Canada who spent some time with us. She came over with the British people and said And that's what happened. Now, the person that I thought I knew, that's not the person that I know. So why would I acknowledge something that I don't know?
Is all of us invited to the town hall meeting? Can Lady Letitia show up at the town hall meeting?
To the public.
Okay, it's gonna be open to the public. Okay, and it's gonna be Friday. Town hall meeting Friday, open to the public.
Yes.
And all of us is invited. I'm telling everybody. I'm telling King Payne, King World. I'm telling them all. Everybody's gonna be there. It's gonna be a shindig.
Listen to me. When there are issues that happen publicly, they need to be addressed publicly so everybody can see that there's authenticity and integrity.
You probably should go unblock everybody then.
Oh no, that's not gonna happen. I don't abide devil living trash on my platform.
Well, everybody's not invited then if we all blocked.
What do you mean?
How is everybody invited? They can't get
The
there.
link will be pinned in the chat. Y'all be able to hit the link. Ain't nobody running from nothing.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see how this town hall meeting turn out. Is Ayasha and them gonna be there? Is Grace and them gonna be there?
Everyone will be there. The
Everyone?
entire mod squad will be there. And Ronnie
Okay.
Bo might be stopping by as well because he has a few things.
Ronnie Bo gonna be there? You know we got questions for Ronnie Bo, especially with the whole Atwoods and colonization thing. Where y'all going with that?
I don't know what all of these stories are. Ronnie is Ronnie. I am me. Ronnie is my little brother. I support Ronnie. Ronnie embraces me as a big sister in Christ, and he supports me. There's no agenda.
Also, y'all
I
just
just find it a little weird that everybody that came over there from Atwoodland turned out to be Class A trash.
so you think it was that all of this was something that was facilitated by that group?
Listen to me. I'm a simple person, and I deal with simple reasoning. I don't think that things have to be all complicated and 80 million trillion, this, that, and the third. Birds of a feather flock together. Ron, trash. Murph, trash. Lady Targaryen, trash. The owl, trash. Now that's 4 people that came from over there. All of them trash.
Well, you
Les
better
Brown
take Lady
used to say,
Letitia.
great motivational speaker. You are who you associate with. He used to say, look at the 5 people closest to you. Look at their character, how they behave, what they do. And once
Should I remind you? Should I remind you of that Christmas special? I didn't see Lady Letitia at that Christmas special, and you was big chilling with them. Wasn't you about to go over there and be a part of the family with Biggie?
Supposed to be friends.
Yeah, see, so hot. That's you saying birds of a feather flock together, but you was flocking with them at one point. This is why it's confusing us because you was
just said that. I'd like to go a little further.
okay.
Can we take a little deeper into that right quick?
Yeah, sure.
Now you just said I was over there. So if everything over there was trash, I was over there, right?
So you're trash. No, you don't want to be trash. We can't hear you. You breaking up. See, you must have left the McDonald's. Come on. Go back in the McDonald's. Because you can't say birds of a feather flock together and you was kicking it with them. Like you was with the bunch. You was rocking with them. You was with them. We You know she gonna change the subject. You know she gonna change the subject. She didn't pay her bill. She didn't pay that bill. She didn't pay that bill. She said she gonna have a town hall meeting. Hold on, let me use the bathroom real quick. Oh, I'm gonna drop the link again. Your phone got too hot. Damn, you was out in that sun. You better get inside. Put some cool off on there. I get service from above. That's the holiday. Oh, touche, touche. It's tough being on the run. It is tough being on the run. I'm telling you, that Wi-Fi jumping from place to place, you got to settle down. So town hall meeting Friday, y'all. Town hall meeting Friday. Make sure y'all go. Oh, there she go. Oh, you had to change accounts on us. Come on. Can you hear us?
Once again, I said it in the chat. My phone got hot. I didn't realize when the sun is up. I thought I didn't see it. I didn't realize it had gotten that hot. My phone got hot.
Oh yeah, them phones will act up like that.
Well, I mean, I got iPhones, so
Yeah. So here's the thing about everything that you're saying, right?
no. What were we talking about? Because that was and then I seen your chat. They're interesting.
Why? Listen, my chat is legit. We was talking
No, they're
about the
not.
birds
No,
of
they're
a
not.
feather. We was talking about birds of a feather
Yes, we were
flocking
talking about
together.
birds of a feather
Yeah,
flocking
and
together.
you
Yeah,
hanging
that's
out
where
with the
we were.
Atwoods,
And
and then
once
you
again,
calling them
let's
trash.
look at how strategic that was.
Okay, break it down.
Because that was very strategic.
How they implemented your circle, or how you implemented their circle.
No, how they infiltrated me.
Okay,
It was
go ahead.
Shane that approached us. And all of a sudden, Shane, don't nobody talk about Shane no more. And it was Shane that started that whole racial nonsense, you know? They don't
Right,
even talk about Shane.
right.
Why
Everybody.
is that?
That's what
Because
I'm trying
Shane
to
was
figure out.
Shane was the one that brought everybody together and then started all that crap.
Right, sending emails on the back end and so on and so
Yeah,
forth.
that
Right.
was that. Yeah, but he's the Atwood Booker.
He's the
Funny.
person that's in charge of
No,
But
he's the person that they send out to go out and scout and find out who they can bring or get over there on the platform.
so that's who got in touch with you.
That's who got in touch with Odell. Yeah.
Okay. And then is that when
Nobody talks to
everybody
me.
is that when everybody started coming after that? Like your mods and
Oh well,
merge?
yeah, yeah. The second that I started doing content over there, then everyone wanted to come and volunteer and they wanted to help and they believed in us so much and they were going to protect us from the troll farm and the whoop-de woo and yada 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 yada. Yeah.
And you thought that was the infiltration? Or is that the
Oh
infiltration
no,
of the people?
I knew it was infiltration, but I wasn't convinced it was infiltration until I sat with Lamisha Fuller that day on the platform and she tried to convince everybody that we knew each other. And Ron sat there and tried to convince me that I knew her and that I just forgotten her.
But you
You know,
sound
it's
like you knew
interesting.
her though.
No, I really didn't. I really don't.
So why was
I
you
never
bringing up
met her.
the color yellow, and it being a warning color? And
No, 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 no. That was a bird call. And she knew exactly what I was talking about because I was talking about Yellow Beezy.
going back to the trap house.
It just so happened that, the yellow lighter was the warning and the color yellow was the warning and Blink Twice, the story that she tried to pawn off as her own. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I went to Warner.
So you used the yellow because it was in her story originally?
No, I used the yellow because I knew she was gonna know that I was talking about Yellow Beezy and that I was on to them.
Oh.
Fake Diddy victims being supplied by Yellow Beezy's Trap House. And he's
Courtesy of
sponsored by
who?
Rock Nation.
Oh, so
Yellow
Yellow
Beezy
Beasley
is Rock
provided
Nation.
these fake. So that's why she said I was supposed to come out if such and such got arrested. So she was planted
Yeah.
by Yellow
That's
Beasley.
why of course. Who's Rock Nation?
That's why you were trying to make her answer questions about the Yellow Beasley trap house.
Exactly. They've been trying to fix these Diddy Jay-Z cases for months. And they use fake victims coming out of Yellow Beezy's trap house to force Jane Doe's out of their victim status so that they could be stalked and harassed by people like your old friend Donat.
Now see, that sounds even scarier, especially after a conversation that I had with somebody that Donat is actually stalking. Damn.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget, he's the one that started creating the disinformation around the She Diddy moniker by calling someone else She Diddy because Adria's been in on it. That's why she was just named in that lawsuit, Ralph, with Diddy.
So is that the catch-22 that all of these people are placed
They
out
were
here to
thrown out
find the
there to throw these cases off intentionally. And they tried to encroach them around me to make me look like I was responsible for them. Because if anybody actually remembers what happened, Adria and Lamisha were first busted out on that witches channel.
Yeah, but you know they
QT the
actually
Dean. No,
they
QT the Dean. No, QT the Dean was the first person to bust out Adria and Lamisha.
no, I hear what you're saying, but listen to what I'm saying. If they making you the center of this and it's looking good, they actually getting
I'm
away
sitting
with.
here looking at this chat, and everybody here are weird. All of these people are fucking weird.
Come on, you can't talk about the chat like that. That's the
No,
chat.
you realize you have actual witches in your chat.
Well, what do you think? I'm making a covenant. What do you think we do? That's what
And
we do.
411 is a witch, and she works with that witch, QT the
Yes.
Dean, the
And I'm a
governess who
warlock.
who
Yes.
helped set up Mo 3. Who
Yes.
helped set up Mo 3.
Witches and warlock hang together. That's what we do. Yes.
Yeah, and
Welcome.
411, you weird
Welcome.
bitch.
Welcome to the
I
family.
see you.
Come on, calm down, Jack. Bring it back. Center yourself, Jack. Center yourself.
I see y'all.
They not
And
there. They
guess
not
what?
there.
And guess what? And
They
guess
not there.
what?
They not
And
there.
guess what? You want to know what's funny?
Did you just hit a stick or something? Did you just smoke something?
QT
What is
the
going on? You can't
QT
stick
the
like this.
Dean. QT the Dean was the first person to try to attach Adria English and Lamisha Fuller to me.
So Mo 3, wait.
Yeah,
Adria
QT the
English.
Dean, the governess. She was supposed to have been Mo 3's spiritual advisor. You didn't
So
know that?
who attached these people to James and Courtney Burgess? How did Courtney Burgess and them come into the picture?
Number one, they're all attached to Ariel Mitchell Kidd, who has represented Adria English. And guess what? Chris Todd is also a client of Ariel Mitchell Kidd. Matter of fact, that was the connector for her and Courtney. And Chris Todd was going to write Lamisha Fuller's fake life story, and she was supposed to be getting paid. Isn't that weird? How
So
all of those people are connected.
aren't you bringing them on your show to ask them questions regarding the
Who's
whole?
bringing who on whose show? No,
Remember
I
on
offered
ours?
them. I offered Chris Todd the opportunity to come and speak with me directly. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I don't need to do that anymore. They
No.
all blown.
Why? What happened?
The lawsuit, when they put
Oh,
my
I
name
see.
in it, they all
Ah,
blown. That's why you ain't hearing nothing from Chris Todd right now. That's why you ain't hearing nothing from Courtney Burgess right now. That's why Adria English is aloof and Lamisha Fuller is doing makeup tutorials on how to make yourself look even more pathetic than you already did without it.
so this was their get back at you then.
Yeah.
Implementing
And
you in a
and
lawsuit of this magnitude
and
is
guess what? I didn't do it. And you know what that does? That hurts a real victim's case because now they get to look at all the lies that they put in there and they get to say, oh, well, for all we know, she made it all up. And now there goes Ashley Parham's case.
so you think this was all a plot to
Of
put this
course.
information out there to
Of
destroy the
course.
case
Of
so Diddy
course.
can get out and you take the
And
fall
and
for
and it,
all of it?
and well, I'm not taking the fall for anything. I
Oh,
didn't do it. I have
TV,
my
is it TV,
documents.
you? Somebody got to take the fall. Who gonna take the fall?
Ain't nobody
Shelly
taking the
Carter.
fall. I'm
Shelly
not
Carter.
taking the fall. Number one, I don't know who's taking the fall for anything. I know what I ain't going to be doing, and I know exactly how much money they're going to pay me for making that big mistake.
You got to take the fall for this. You know they
I'm
putting it
not
on
taking
you.
the fall for anything. What I am going to be doing is suing for $100 million.
You and Big Homie Cece about to take the fall for this.
No,
Yeah,
because I don't know that man. I
yeah.
only met him once in Vegas.
You said out your own mouth that you told Big Homie Cece to pick somebody up for you.
Yeah, a victim. And I regret that now.
Why? Why you
Because I
tell him?
actually told him about a real victim that I've been protecting for years.
And you told him to pick them up.
I needed them to because someone tried to unalive them.
You know that looks bad.
How? How does it look bad for me to ask someone who says he does extractions to extract someone who was in danger?
Because you
How
just
does
said
that look
you don't
bad?
know him. Why would you tell somebody to extract somebody that's in danger that you don't know if
Because
they safe?
after I met him and we sat down and had a meeting, I asked him if he would be able to get somebody out of a bad situation for me. Why wouldn't I do that if that's what he does?
I mean, you're trusting somebody that's implemented in a lawsuit that says he does otherwise.
He wasn't implemented in a lawsuit when I asked him to do that.
Yes, he was. 'Cause he
Nobody
paid to
forgot
get.
anything,
He said
Rosalind.
that
You
he was
forgot your mind.
he said that he was mentioned in the original lawsuit, and he paid a lot of money to get his name taken out
I
of it.
don't know anything about that. I don't know that man. I don't know his business.
But you telling him to go pick up somebody and keep them safe for you.
No, I asked him to pick somebody up and bring them to me so I could keep them safe.
Oh, so you wanted him to traffic somebody to you?
How is that trafficking? How is a rescue a traffic?
Because he's bringing them to another state.
Yeah, for safety, not for
That's one.
SEX.
See, that's a person moving from another place
Yeah,
for
but that's
whatever.
not that. Yeah, but it has to be for the purposes of something illegal. Bringing someone to safety isn't illegal.
Yeah, it's called kidnapping.
No, it's not. Not when the person leaves willingly and that person is almost 40 years old.
Yeah, but if ever you take somebody from one place
No,
to
no, no.
another.
That's not how that works.
Oh, okay. So how
The
your name
only
get in
way,
the lawsuit then,
the only,
Jaguar?
because
Your
they
name's
put
in the
it in
lawsuit.
there.
They
Because they
say
put
you
it in there and they were lying.
They say you the driver. You the person.
No, no, no. They didn't say I was the driver, and that's how I know you didn't read the lawsuit. What they said in the lawsuit is that I was the passenger.
Exactly. The one that was suing
How
them.
could
The
I be?
one
Yeah, but you just said I was the driver. How could I be the driver if I was in the passenger seat?
You're the escorter. You're the escortee.
No, 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 no. You just said I was driving, and I told you I wasn't. They said that that woman that put that fake case on Michael Jackson after he passed away, they said she was the driver. I don't let bitches drive me around, and everybody knows that.
Oh, okay. So what about the fact that the
I was
mom?
in jail. That's all that matters. On the day that they said all of that happened, I was in jail.
Okay, okay. What
And
was
I had been in jail for months.
was it
Couldn't have
commissary
done it.
day? Was it commissary day?
What are you talking about?
Was it canteen day?
You're
Did you
you're
get the,
asking really, really, really stupid questions trying to get
if
around the fact
you
that
was in
I was
jail,
in
they do
jail. I could
canteen
not
every
have done
week.
that.
They do every week. They do canteen every week in jail.
Actually, no, they don't. Not in Chicago, not in Cook County jail. They haven't done fucking store in Cook County jail for years. Matter of fact, from 2016 to 2018, when I was fighting that fake case that was dismissed, nulle prosecute, all charges dismissed. They didn't even have the lawful right to hold me as long as they did. They were
Jaguar,
behind the 120 days on their indictment, and I was still held anyway. But that doesn't even matter. What
Yeah,
does
that don't
matter
matter.
is this.
What song
Cook
did you sing to
County
Trevor Green?
only makes store every other Tuesday.
What song did you sing to Trevor Green?
Once again, now you're being rude.
No, because I want to know. Because if a song
No,
get a,
because
if,
Trevor Green
but what song did you
is
sing?
somebody who unalives people.
I know, but you sung him a song to get him. In case I run into a Trevor
Once
Green, I need
again,
to know what
once
song
again,
to get him up
once
off my
again,
ass.
that man
You just
assaulted me.
in
What
case
you're
he
asking?
show up
No,
at my
I want
house.
you. No, no, no. I want you to answer me this. Just answer me this. What you're asking me about
Gotta know
is
what
a
song
moment
to get
where
up out of
I was
there.
strapped to a bed,
What
held
song?
against my will,
I'm just
and
trying to make
SA'd repeatedly with a gun present.
a pew pew, a pew pew.
Well, you said trafficking. Why can't I say that?
I don't know what words to say and not to say.
Then don't tell me what not to say when you saying all of the wrong words.
Well, just tell me the song then.
Why would I do that? Why
So I
would
know
I
you
want?
don't want to keep me
Why would
safe.
I
You
want
don't
to
care
go
about my
back? No, no, no,
safety.
no, no.
You don't
No.
care about
Why
my
would I?
safety.
Once again, why would I want to go back and relive a
I
moment?
don't want you to go back and relive.
So then
I
why are
want
you
you to.
asking me to relive
I'm
something
not.
that
I'm just
happened in
asking
a
you the
very no,
song.
no,
I'm
no.
trying to get the
No.
song.
I want you to look at how weird you're being right
What if
now.
Trevor Green show up at my house with a couple of yard boys?
Once again, listen to me. If that happens,
You think
then ain't
Justin
nothing
Bieber will
nobody
work?
can do for you.
What if I sang Justin Bieber?
You want to know what's funny?
Is it too late now to say
That you
sorry?
actually think it's funny to sit here
Uh-huh.
and make
Listen,
fun of my
don't say
essay. You realize that's what you're
goodbye.
doing.
Is it too late now to say? Where's
Do
that
you hear
Penske truck
yourself?
at?
You're
Where
literally sitting here making fun of my essay.
you think if DeSoto get that Penske truck back, they'll drop the
Do
charges?
you hear? Do you hear yourself? You're
Where's that
literally
Penske
sitting here
truck?
making fun. You're making fun of my essay.
Don't try to do the victim stuff now,
You're
Jaguar.
making fun of my
You
essay.
owe more F. You are in too deep
Do
for
you
this.
hear yourself?
Jaguar, you
You're
are in too
literally,
deep.
you're
You
literally
you
sitting
remember
here
how you
making
talked
fun
to
of my
Essie Berry?
essay.
I remember how you talked to Essie Berry. You remember you said you was working with Steve's camp to take her down. Don't try
You
to
want to
do the
know what's
victim stuff
funny?
now.
You want
Come
to know
on,
what's
Jaguar.
funny?
Don't do
Why are
that.
you talking about that woman nobody has since I ended her?
You ended her?
Online, yes, I did.
Let me
Ain't
call her.
nobody talking about that weird old weirdo
I don't
anymore.
care if you want to run, as long as I'm next to you.
Are you going to acknowledge the fact that you just sat here and tried to make fun of my essay?
I did not do that. I
Yeah,
apologize.
you did.
I
Yeah,
didn't.
no,
I
no,
was
no.
trying to
No, no,
figure
no,
out
no.
what
I don't
song.
think
I'm trying to
that's
figure.
just what you did.
I'm trying to keep myself safe. If somebody come after me, I
No,
want
you're
to know
not.
what song.
No, you're
I'm trying
not.
to figure
What
out
you
what
just
song to
did,
get somebody
what
up
you
off of
just
me.
did was a subliminal attack
No, it
against
wasn't.
a
What
person from a
song? I'm trying
protected
to.
group.
What group? What group?
I'm an essay survivor.
What,
We
huh?
are a protected group.
I thought you was an advocate.
I am.
You're
I'm
not.
also a survivor.
What? You both?
Yeah.
How?
Survivors oftentimes choose to become advocates.
You an advocated survivor?
What you just said didn't make sense. Think about your words and then say them intelligently.
You a survivor that advocates?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And you're sitting here making fun of a very terrifying situation that
Oh, my
happened to me
apologies. I was not trying to make
that
fun of
I
you.
survived.
I was not
And for you
doing
to
that.
sit there and
I was not
ask
doing
me
that. I was not
about
doing
the
that.
song that I had to sing to get that man to take that pow pow down from my head.
That's not what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
No, it's not. That's not the story that you told. You didn't say
No,
that.
that's exactly
When
what
you said you
happened.
sung a song, you
Once
didn't say
again,
that.
once again, once again, you're sitting here making fun of the very real terrible, just terrifying things that happened to me.
No, I'm not.
You want to
Look,
know what's really crazy? Do
you
you
hear
want to
that
know when that
thunder?
happened to me?
Even
No, do you?
God
No,
know
no,
you
no.
lying. Look, it's thundering outside. Even God know you
Wow.
lying. You better stop. It's thundering outside. You
Wow.
better stop.
Now you're going to sit here and call me a liar.
I didn't do that. That the
First,
thunder
you make
said that. The
first
Lord
that
said
has
it. I didn't.
once again,
You heard
stop
the
playing
thunder
with
outside.
God.
The Lord said that. I
Stop
didn't say that.
playing with
Come
God.
on. Come on. The
Stop
Lord
playing
said
with
that.
God.
I didn't say that. The Lord said it. You
You're
trying to
sitting here playing with God.
you see that God? She don't even want to. She act
You're
like
playing with God.
I'm not.
Do
I'm
you
just
really think
telling you.
God is something to play with?
He want to know the song too.
Once again, God knows everything. You're
Exactly.
disrespecting God.
Exactly. So tell us
You're
the song.
disrespecting God right now.
I don't care if you want to run.
Do you hear yourself,
As long
Mr.
as I'm
Boston?
next to you. Touche. Touche.
Do you hear yourself, Mr. Boston? You're
So
blaspheming God.
I'm not blaspheming God. Me and
Do
God
you
got a
know what
close
happens to
relationship.
people that
We
mock
make jokes
God?
all the time.
Do you know what happens to do you know what happens to people that mock God?
Is that a rhetorical question?
No, it's a real question.
Is it? How so?
God don't like blasphemy.
Who's determining what is blasphemy?
God. And he already said what it was.
What was it?
Don't take his name in vain.
You hear that?
You took his name in vain.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You said, God wants to know. That's blasphemous.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is, because God knows all. For you to say that God wants to know something, is for you to say that God doesn't know everything.
Yes.
So do you see what you just did? You just
God
said
don't,
God wants to know, but God knows everything.
God,
So why are
God
you
don't know what.
lying on God?
Listen, God do not know what song you sung in a made up
God
story.
knows
Okay?
everything.
God don't know what
Everything.
song you sung in a made up story.
God knows everything.
What song was it then?
Everything.
What song was it then?
God knows everything. We're talking about God right now. You said God wants to know, but God knows everything.
Would you like
So
me
why
to?
are you lying on God?
You can't lie on God if He know
You just lied
everything.
on God.
No,
You
because if
said
God,
God wants to know the song that I sang. God knows everything that
Jaguar,
happened.
think about what you're
God was
saying.
present for all of that. So
Jaguar,
why
think about
would God need to know anything? Why
Jaguar,
are
think about it.
you lying on God?
Jaguar, think about it. If God knows everything, then God knows what I'm saying, and God knows that I'm not lying on Him. So therefore, the real
Once
person that's
again,
lying on Him is you.
you just sat here and lied on God.
God knows everything.
And as someone who is sitting here, giving my life to God, ordaining my life to God to do His work, I'm going to give you this warning, Ralph.
You're not there yet. You're not ordained yet.
Once again,
You're not there yet.
I am telling you right now, you are cursing yourself. Never
think
play with God.
Are you trying
Never
to
play
curse
with
me?
God.
Are you trying to curse
Never.
me?
No, I'm telling you, you are cursing yourself. Never play with God. You can do all the playing you want to do, but don't play with God. Because
You
God
came
don't
up here.
play.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You
God
came
don't
up here.
play.
You came up here saying you about to become an ordained minister.
Yes, I am. That's what I'm
Knowing,
doing. I'm
knowing,
recording my
no,
EP and I'm studying for my
you
ordination.
know, after the things that you done, you
Once
can't.
again, I'm telling you right now, stop playing with God.
You know what? Me and God gonna
No,
have a
I'm
conversation.
serious. I'm
I'm serious too.
serious.
I'm
Ralph,
serious.
I'm telling you this as someone
I'm telling you this
who,
too.
who,
I'm
who
gonna
is
talk to
working,
God
who is
about you.
working on God's behalf. And I'm telling you right now, don't do this to yourself. Stop playing with God.
I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna have a
Ralph,
conversation.
I am telling you as a follower of Yeshua's teachings. I am telling you, you're cursing yourself.
You better stop saying that before you have a heart attack or something.
Why would I have a heart attack? I'm not the one that's offending God.
You the one that keeps saying it.
I'm telling you right now, you're
You better check your
blaspheming.
blood pressure.
You're blaspheming.
You better stop saying that.
You're blaspheming.
Okay.
And I'm telling you now, as someone who's already tried to
We
fight with
rebuke
God and
demons.
lost,
We
I'm
rebuke
telling
demons.
you, stop playing with God.
I don't care if you want to run.
Do you hear me?
You better
I'm
stop. You
telling
better
you this, Ralph.
Jaguar.
Ralph, take this seriously in this moment.
Jaguar.
Ralph
I need.
Boston, take this seriously
Oh my
in this
God.
moment.
I know you didn't just call me by my full name.
That's how God knows you.
You better stop doing
That's
that.
how God knows you.
Uh-huh.
Stop playing with
Jaguar.
God.
You better stop playing with God.
I'm telling you
You
now.
can't run
You
around here
have a
talking about
moment.
some.
You have a moment right now
Oh my goodness, Jaguar.
to think about yourself, think about your kids, think about your life.
Jaguar. I'm gonna
Stop
need you
playing
to.
with God.
I'm gonna need you to do some thinking right here, Jaguar.
I
Now this ain't
beseech
about
you.
me. This is
I
about you.
beseech you on
Pause work.
behalf of your legacy, your children, your family, and everything that comes from
Oh
you.
no.
Stop
Don't
playing
you
with
try to
God.
put no, you better stop it. You better not put no curse on me.
I'm
You better
not.
not. Everything.
I'm trying to tell you to stop putting one on
She's trying to
yourself.
come up here and color purple me. Everything you do gonna crumble from here on out. Shut
I'm
up.
not. You need to stop playing.
You need to stop playing.
This is me.
Okay?
This is me
So why you
coming
ain't
to
put none of this
you.
in your book,
This is
Jaguar?
me. This is
Why
me
you ain't put
coming
none
to
of this stuff
you.
in your book? Why is none of this stuff in your book?
Once again,
Why in your book is Jay-Z a perfect gentleman? Why?
what I want you to do
Why?
is this.
Why you say Jay-Z got a big
I
penis? Why?
want you to be quiet for 2
Why
minutes
you
and
say
just let
Jay-Z
me
got a
say
big
something
penis?
to you.
Why you say Big L
I
do it better
want
than
you
Jay-Z?
I want you to give me 2 minutes because what I have to say to you is very important.
You better not say no crazy stuff. I'm gonna drop your ass.
What I have to say to you is very important.
All right, we're gonna let the chat decide. Chat, one's in
It's
the chat.
funny
One's in the chat. Do she get 2 minutes or no? One's in the chat. Put
because
trees
this
in the
came up
chat.
in
Put
Bible
trees
study
in the
yesterday.
chat if she don't get 2 minutes. Put trees in the chat. Put ones in the chat. Cause she might try to come up here and use her words to curse us. You know,
You
she
know
said she's
they
a
they
voodoo.
actually
She a voodoo
oh my
priestess.
God. Listen to me, Ralph.
She's a voodoo priestess. She does magic.
Ralph.
You heard what
Ralph.
happened in that Boule household.
Ralph.
Jaguar, what happened in that Boule household?
Do you believe in Yeshua, the living
Where's Ali
Christ?
Carter? Where is Ali Carter? We know you did something to
Do
Ali
you
Carter.
believe in Yeshua, the living Christ?
Where is Ali Carter at?
Ralph, I'm asking you a question. It's a
I'm
serious one.
asking you a question
Do
also.
you
Where is
believe in
Ali
Yeshua, the
Carter?
living Christ?
Do you believe Ali Carter was telling the truth?
No, I do not. She is
So
a
what about
liar.
that 90s group that she's a part of?
I
Are you a part of
answered
that?
your question. I answered your question. Now
It's
answer
totally part of
mine.
your sister.
This is what's fair. I answered your question. Now answer mine.
What's your
Do
question?
you believe in Yeshua, the living Christ?
I don't know no titles like that. I know source.
Do you believe in Yeshua, the living Christ, the Son of God?
What?
Do you believe in Yeshua, the living Christ, the Son of God?
Why you keep saying that? Of course, you know the
No, no,
story of
no.
Christ.
No, no, no. I'm asking you
I
to
believe in the
answer it
story of
directly.
Christ. Yes,
You have not.
Christ-like
No, no, no.
consciousness.
That's not what I asked. I didn't ask
Christ-like
you if you believed in the
consciousness. It is
story.
the energy.
I'm asking you, Ralph Boston, do you believe in Yeshua, the
No, you
Christ,
can't. You just
the
can't keep
Son of the
repeating
living
it.
God? Do you believe in
You don't
Yeshua?
believe. You don't believe in the Son of the Living God. Okay, you don't believe in
I
Sunday.
am an
Remember,
avid follower of
your God
Yeshua.
is not
I am
on
asking
Sunday.
you, I'm
Your
asking
God is
you,
not on Sunday. You praise the Saturday, the Sabbath, Saturn.
that's the
You
true
praise
living God
Saturn.
Sabbath.
No, you praise
Yeah, we had that
Saturn.
conversation
You cannot
in
have
the
a
beginning.
conversation.
In the beginning, when I showed up here an
You
hour
cannot
ago,
have,
why can't you say whether or not you follow
listen
Yeshua?
to me. You cannot have a conversation about
Understand
God
this.
that you don't believe
Understand
in.
this. Every
You just
second,
said,
every second that
you
you
said,
refuse to answer this question, you're showing who you serve.
you said that you don't
You're
believe in the
showing who you
biblical text.
serve, Ralph.
You can't ask me about the biblical text and then said you're
Ralph,
gonna show that it's stupid, right? Then you
Ralph,
say you was gonna prove it's stupid.
Ralph,
Then you say you was gonna prove it's stupid, right?
Ralph,
Then you say that. That means you don't believe in the one true
Ralph,
living
I
God,
asked you
right?
a
You are
question.
not the follower
Ralph,
of
I
nothing
asked you a
living,
question. Why are you
okay?
refusing to answer it?
Because that's not what we're here to talk about, is it?
Yeah, it is. I told you I'm here to talk about God.
You're not an ordained minister yet. You can't
Did
ask
somebody
questions
in your
about
chat
God.
just say that the Sabbath is Satan?
Did they? Who said
Yeah,
that?
somebody in your chat just said that the Sabbath is Satan.
Who said it? What's their names?
SOS, SOS. The Sabbath is Satan.
Oh, good job. So that's I like that. I like that. Put it in there again. I like it. Double down on it.
Do you realize how blasphemous that is?
I think anything somebody say that's against what you say, but then you take your shahada.
Once again,
Shouldn't you be
once
going through
again,
the month of
Ralph,
Ramadan right now?
why can't you claim
You shouldn't be
Yeshua as your
indulging in this
Christ?
conversation. You should be
Why
going
can't
through
you claim
Ramadan.
Yeshua as the living Christ?
What are you talking about?
Claim him now. Say it
Claim
now.
who?
I worship and follow Yeshua, the true living Christ, Son of
You
God.
see, she trying to
Say
put
that.
spells on. She trying to put spells on people.
No,
Look,
say that.
you
Say
can't
that.
do that. You can't tell people to do that. You don't have the power to tell people to do
I'm
that.
going to tell you this right now.
You don't have the power to tell people to do that.
If
I
you
rebuke
were a
you,
true
demon.
follower,
I
if
rebuke
you
you,
were a
demon.
true
I rebuke
follower
you.
of
I
Yeshua,
rebuke
the
you.
living Christ, you would be
I
able to
rebuke
claim
you,
him.
demon.
You would be able to
Listen.
claim him.
Hey, listen.
Why can't you claim him?
Because no demon can tell you to claim something.
There's no demons here
Yes,
except
it
for the
is.
people in your chat.
Demonic entities cannot tell you to claim anything. You
There's
have
nothing
no
demonic
claim
here except for the
in this
people in your
air.
chat.
You
You
have
have
no
witches
claim
in
in
your
this
chat.
air. You
This
cannot.
SOS
You
person
do
just
know
said
that, right?
that the Sabbath is Satan.
Well, they might be right. It's Saturday, ain't it? Saturday is represented by the bowels. The
No,
bowels is
no,
bow
no, no. That's
worshiping.
God's day. God
No,
chose
it's not.
Sabbath.
It's not.
God chose Saturday.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. It
The
says it in
last
the
day.
Bible.
The last day.
Go to Exodus 20. Go to
If you go,
Exodus 20 and
if
read
you
about the
start,
Sabbath.
if you
And read
start,
about the Sabbath.
if you
You're a
start,
devil worshiper. You're a devil worshiper.
what devil do I worship?
Apparently Satan, because that's who's being honored in your chat.
I thought you practiced Ephah.
You
I thought you did witchcraft.
are hosting demonic
I
entities
thought
in
you
your
did
chat
witchcraft. Why you sound so scared now?
because I can't believe that you don't see that you sold your soul to the devil.
I can't believe that you don't see what you actually talking to.
Yeah, I'm talking to a demon.
Okay, so
Goodbye,
I'm the demon.
Ralph.
I'm the
God
demon.
bless you.
Am I
God
the
bless
demon?
you. Ooh, God bless you.
Mm, 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 mm. I can feel it now. I can feel it all over. I can feel it all over. Yeah, yeah. We can feel it all over. We can feel it all over. Yeah, yeah. Get your ass out of here. Shut up. Don't come up here with that circle talk. Don't try to circle talk me. Don't try to circle talk we. He's not playing those games. What is you talking about? You sitting up here talking about you about to be an ordained minister and show that all the religions are stupid and this, that, and the third. And then you telling me that you done took your Shahada, became a Sabbath keeper, follow Yahshua. You don't even know what religion you want to be a part of. And you sitting here trying to make somebody else take an oath to something you don't even know what you taking an oath for. Get your shot. You tried to manipulate me. You tried to manipulate me. I refuse to be manipulated. Not on this earth. Not at this time. No, no, no. Not in this air. This is the Aquarius sky. You're not going to manipulate me under the Aquarius sky. I refuse to be manipulated under the Aquarius sky. You hear me? Not this time, not this person. She come in here talking about something, and you need to say it. You need to say it right now. Say it now, Ralph. Say it now. You better say it now. You going to jail. That's what I'm going to tell you right now. You going to jail. You is going to jail. You hear me? Yellow Beasley going to tell on you. They is telling on you. You going to jail. I'm going to say it. You better turn yourself in. Hey, we gonna
have consequences, but
y'all already know what it is, man. We gonna head to the Discord, probably break this down into some clips, get a couple of clips, get a couple of, put it on YouTube, put it on TikTok, put it on Twitch. Oh, she done came over here. She done gave us a little bit of her time. You know what that mean? Monetize, monetize, monetize. It was AI. It was AI generated. Hey, snap. Jaguar done rebuked me.
We gotta be ready for him. Emergency. I just got out of surgery. I'm having problems with my heart.
Hey, love is love. Namaste. I say salutations.
In my past and it's cursing me. I'ma stay right here on this plot to God take breath from me. I'm sipping his hand and eat this pain, but it ain't helping.
My little nigga going against the grain and that's just stressing me. I pray to God that God have mercy.
I'm living a crazy life. I just shot at a nigga for talking some shit on the gang. He paid the price. I was young in the rush for the money. My hunger for paper it saved my life. And I should get saved tonight. If you want that lick shit, we can get rich quick. We can get paid tonight. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money. Everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down.
You'll do anything to get it, but
you know what they doing. Everybody knows what they doing. We all see it.
187.
It's circle talk.
Murder by eye, nigga. You killed a nigga, you don't know it.
They're trying to play with my mental.
Go to heaven.
All this circle talk. You got the not calling himself the chosen one.
Fight my demons.
You got Jaguar popping up telling me to take some oath right now in front of God and everybody. You playing with the wrong person.
Fight my demons. Fight my demons. It's me against these demons. Me against these demons. Whoa, I'm fighting these demons up in these ghosts. I'm fighting these demons. I'm on the ropes. They came with a beam up under my coat. Get hit in the spleen if you want to smoke. That money be green, so niggas don't go. I'm looking so clean, I used to be broke. Remember they laughed at me and they joke. Gave me the ball and nigga they choke. Tables turn, that nigga you go. My little nigga don't follow no code. Follow no code, no code. My nigga follow me like a pole. I stand on my word and stand by the consequence. They say I'm hard, it's thanks for the compliment. I seen your dead homie, yell a company. VMG gang, and bitch feel incompetent. Don't wanna hear that shit, I gotta kill that shit. Legally militant, I can get ignorant. We not considerate, niggas do silly shit. We get the drilling shit, guilty and innocent. Don't give a fuck about a bystander. I can pull up in the Highlander. Don't take no slander. Don't take no slander. Dollar bill, y'all.
Everybody want the money, everybody want this shit.
Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down.
You'll do anything to get it.
Where you gonna go? Shit. Gotta think about
Make sure y'all follow the Discord.
187.
Hit the link, jump in the Discord.
You killed a nigga, you don't know him. You gon' go.
Hey, I don't know about y'all, but that's funny. That's a funny conversation right there.
Fight my demons. Fight my demons.
So many demons.
Me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons. Fight my demons. It's me against these demons.
What they out here doing? What they out here doing? They out here finding scheming.
Living life in case of the idea that my evil thoughts go unpunished.
They really keep.
As I sort through the rubbish, my days of thugging get slow and rugged.
They really scheming.
Idolize the puppets who control the public like a controlled substance.
Hey, love is love. Namaste, I say. You know, I love you. Let me be the first, but not the last, to tell you that I love you, right? Jaguar done came over here and gave us some content. Shit must be bad. You know what I'm saying? She done came over here and gave us some content. Shit bad. Shit shaky. Hey, she got a town hall meeting coming up. I guess we gonna be laughing about that. Some more shit to laugh at. Odell gonna be in the background talking about some, and we got this coming up, we got that coming up, and don't forget about this, and yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up, and hey, it's gonna be funny. All right, it's gonna be funny. Y'all know we gonna laugh. Y'all know we gonna laugh. Love is love. Namaste. I say salutations. I think this whole thing is funny. Now she act like she ain't a part of the Hunger Games. When them conversations was getting leaked about, Sean Davieway and her and the Hunger Games and all of that stuff, oh, she was a part of it then. Now she act like she not a part of the Hunger Games. You get what I'm saying? Now she not a part of it. Now she's an innocent bystander. Come on. And Sean Davieway is going to run this sector. And this person's going to look, even God is outside upset right now. Get her, Lord. Get her. Get her. She is messing up. Get her, Lord. Mm-hmm. Get her. Yep. I knew it. Mm-hmm. She's sitting there talking about something. You need to do this. She got up out of here. You see, she got up out of here. That's how you know who in the presence and who not. She had to get back to the shadows. Yeah, I know who you is now. I know who you is now. I got to go back and watch that shit. You got to fuck up. I know who you is now. I'm gonna, yeah, ordained minister my ass. Get your demon ass out of here. I'm the ordained minister. Get your ass out of here. Oh man. All right, we out.